Good morning. No, I'm ready. Hi, it's the Bob and Tom Show. Hello. Christy at the news desk.
Hey, Chick.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chick.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning, Chick Stir.
I'm all discombobulated. I'm Chick McGee. And here he is, our leader, our captain. Our lighthouse in the distance.
I'm your captain.
It's Tom.
I like that one.
Hello,
I'm
Tom.
your captain.
I just thought of something. That Watermelon Sugar High song that Harry Styles won a Grammy for or whatever.
Yeah, like
you should write a sugar packet sugar high for Tom. God.
Not even 10 seconds into the show.
Yeah, he's at it again.
Into the show.
Shaking it, man.
You can hear that?
Yes.
What do you? My mic was off.
No, it wasn't.
You're lying. Your mic was on. Well, but yesterday's show taught us that you don't know when it's on or off.
Right.
So.
You can't hear yourself.
Sorry, I put a little sugar packets. Excuse me.
How do you make it adorable when you do it? And when I do it, it's the death of the show. I don't understand that.
I know how to improve the show right now. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, now this is
I got a couple ideas.
This is something new.
I got a flow chart if you'd like to see it.
That'll make you happy. Coming
bet
up.
it doesn't.
I think it will. Are you ready?
Who's that sexy man?
I was right.
Chick McGee, here he is with his fart of the day. That was Chick McGee's fart of the day.
I saw the highlight yesterday, and they know when I'm on camera now, so they're going to edit that in. It's going to be hilarious. Tom, you're going to love it. It looks like I'm farting. It's unbelievably funny.
There you go. That cheer everybody up?
Yeah.
Coming up, we have the Ace Cosby joke of the day, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know if it's so much the content of the fart of the day. It's just the relief that it's not the Ace Cosby joke of the day coming. I think there might be.
You don't know what's coming.
Oh, I do know what's coming.
Well, speaking of knowing what's coming, we do have a news story about a guy who was a sperm donor who has fathered way too many kids, and they're trying to stop him.
Huh.
Because they're concerned about possible incest.
Somebody stop him.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those kids floating around out there. We got that coming up. Of course, this is the month of March still, and March Madness continues. We'll have a couple of updates about the world of college basketball. Also, the world of pizza, because Ace Cosby has chosen this month to do nothing but eat pizza. Yeah. Is this going to be an annual event, do you think, Ace?
I don't have a problem with it.
We do.
I mean,
As we've learned, if Ace is comfortable, Tom is fine. Yeah.
Yes.
Are you enjoying this enough that you want to do it again, or are you getting kind of tired of the pizza?
I don't know. Last night.
He hasn't had pizza. Listen to this. I don't even know what he ate. Here's his pizza in quotes for last night. Go ahead.
I made a seafood pizza. Shrimp, scallops, spinach.
And your traditional crust?
I used a Mama Mary's.
Mama Mary's.
Can you do the fandango? What's
Is
a
it a
Mama
pizza crust? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
And white pizza sauce. It's in it on the jar.
Oh, there you go.
Is that on the jar? Was it delicious?
It was okay.
What has this taught us? There's a workaround anything.
Sure.
That's what this has taught us. This isn't pizza every day.
No, I think it is.
Next year, if we do this next year, pepperoni, cheese, pizza.
See, that would get
every
old.
Meal.
That would get old.
That would, yeah.
That wouldn't be safe.
That would be interesting and funny. This is, I had, you might call it fettuccine Alfredo. I had pizza at the end, and it's a pizza.
The crust was cut into many thin strips.
That's right.
And
that's right.
The sauce.
Once again, nothing but pizza all year.
Garlicky and bready.
I think that this is, you got to welcome the diversity of the world of food fusion and all these fun things. Now, here we got a nice letter from Kevin. Took the time and trouble to write us.
Kevin, a stupid name.
He writes, I'm so sorry, Kevin. I worked for a Little Caesars store while I was in high school.
Yeah, call Little Caesars. Call Papa John's. Call Domino's and say, hey, I want the scallop shrimp pizza.
Well, let me keep reading. He goes, we had a customer. I can still remember his name. He would order the exact same pizza every weekend.
Bingo.
Medium pizza, sauce only, no cheese, with anchovies.
That's interesting.
We would draw straws to see who had to make it because the anchovies smelled terrible and the stink would stick on your hands for hours no matter how much you washed.
Yeah.
Still,
Really?
more of a pizza than what Ace has been eating.
Now, but this reminds me, Josh, don't you have a special thing for Taco Bell and the famous taco pizza that they...
Their Mexican pizza I like to get with no pizza sauce because it's a red sort of...
Enchilada
it's not like...
sauce.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll treat myself and get sour cream on it.
So now, is that still a pizza, Mr. McGee?
Well, the Mexican pizza's
no,
never
it
really
sounds like
been.
It's not a pizza.
That's not...
It's delicious.
No.
Have you had
Yeah.
a Mexican pizza, Ace?
I've made one.
Oh.
Okay, well, the larger point is every day we get a song from Mr. Godwin on the topic of pizza.
What's that?
Today is no exception. Pat, coming up, we'll have your new pizza song. Is that correct?
Ready to go.
Okay, very
Ready
good.
to, raring to go.
Okay, we'll certainly look forward to that. Do we have anything to look forward to in the world of sports?
The women's Final Four is set. We're very excited. What do we got here? Iowa and South Carolina. And then, what's the other one? Virginia Tech will be playing LSU. So there you go. You know, Kim, coach at LSU, Kim Mulkey, she's the one who looks like she wears these crazy outfits. She's got purple and spangles and feather boas, and that's how she coaches basketball.
Oh, good for her.
And hello to our friends at KKRQ in Cedar Rapids,
exactly right.
in
We got
Iowa City, because
Caitlin Clark had a
huge
40-point double-double in the tournament. That's the first time that's ever happened.
Wow, that's
in
cool.
the NCAA tournament, man or woman.
Whoa.
yikes. Very, very good. Congratulations to Caitlin. And an interesting thing going on, Chick and I were talking about this a little bit off the air. There are people who are upset with the 4 teams that have reached the Final Four in the men's division.
Highest seeds of 4.
And they think it's a bad Final Four, when I think just the opposite is true.
Oh, it's exciting.
Well, no,
It's
they
like-
didn't. They didn't say that. They said it's the worst Final Four ever, is what they're saying.
No.
Sort of missing the point.
But Tom had a good take. Is that maybe the Texas fans were all set to have a Texas team or Texas,
I mean, you
the
got-
Longhorns
yeah.
in the Final Four in Houston, and they're not going to make it. They got knocked out.
Houston's gone. Yeah, you have to wonder if that's why because apparently ticket sales, the prices of the tickets are plummeting.
Some guy in a cowboy hat's upset. Yeah, I got 12 dozen tickets here. That's my.
I like that guy.
That's my oil mogul voice. What am I supposed to do with him? I can sit on him and hatch an egg. Doesn't that sound like something a cowboy?
I always think of the same thing. You ever been on you're waiting for an airplane and they come over the PA system and they go, we need someone to volunteer. And so once in my life I did it. I was traveling by myself, and it was the thing was, we'll get you on another plane in 2 hours. You get to fly first class, and I'm sure, I don't care. I was not in a hurry. I had a slow day. Anyway, I get in the plane, and it's very nice, but right there front, first class.
Guy with a cowboy hat.
Guy with a huge cowboy hat gets on the plane at the very last second.
Yes.
And he's sits down, and he's he's right next to me in first class, and he's got boots on, the whole deal.
The whole deal.
And a kind of a suit. He looks like the guy that escorted Lee Oswald to his death.
Come on, Lee, stop squirming.
And they come over the PA. The pilot goes, this is flight down to Chicago. And this guy goes, Chicago? I'm going to Houston. And they did not go back to the gate.
Oops.
He wasn't happy. They sent him on.
That was before.
How does that happen?
That was before when they barely checked anything.
It's a true story.
Man.
That was hilarious.
Chicago. Did he say Chicago?
But again, the guy did look like remember the guy in the white hat?
Sure.
Escorting Oswald and fine police work there in Dallas. We have them.
They were told to be lax.
The crime of the century. Let's invite the guy that owns the local booby bar in to watch the festivities.
When the CIA tells you to let that guy in, you let that guy in.
He had the run of the place anyway. That's where he and Lee would meet.
I see.
Absolutely, yeah.
Coming up, we have sporting news.
If you say so.
We have some fascinating stuff in the news. Like I said, we've got Sperm news. Update from Sammy, the topless maid. Hey, babe.
What?
There's
The
a
topless maid, remember
super
her?
creepy aspect of her gig. Remember, we were talking about her a couple weeks ago. She's all over the place.
Making a lot of money.
With her topless maid services. That and other delights coming up, including, Josh, for you, the poems that were voted the 5 best poems ever.
How about that?
In the English language. So we'll get to that.
Ode on a Grecian urn.
Oh, here I said broken hearted has to be number 1.
I was disappointed. And nothing with the word Nantucket.
No, that is a shame.
But Chick McGee, after this show, will be going home.
Oh, yes.
Closing the shades.
Right back to bed.
Popping the TV on. Feeling safe and secure. Why?
Locking it down because I've got SimpliSafe, the do-it-yourself, design-it-yourself home security system. There are many reasons why SimpliSafe is trusted by experts and customers alike. U.S. News named SimpliSafe the best home security system of 2023, and CNET recently awarded them their Editor's Choice pick. Cutting-edge security technology empowered by 24/7 professional monitoring. An emergency arises, SimpliSafe's professional monitoring agents go to work using Fast Protect technology to capture critical evidence and verify the threat is real, so you get priority police dispatch. 24/7 professional monitoring service costs under $1 a day, less than half the price of traditional home security systems. You can lock and unlock your doors, access your cameras, arm and disarm your system, all right there from your smartphone. Customize the perfect system for your house in just a few minutes, and then install it yourself. Just go to SimpliSafeTom.com, claim a free indoor security camera, plus 20% off your order just because you know us with interactive monitoring. That's SimpliSafeTom.com. Remember what they say, well, what I say, there's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Thank you, Chick McGee. Coming up this Thursday morning, we will be doing the show live from the Hard Rock, Cincinnati, Ohio, getting ready for the baseball season. You can join us there on the house. We'll be there starting at 6 a.m. Eastern time.
Oh, dark 100.
Hope to see you. And we've got some great guests, including Haywood Banks, Drew Hastings, Duke Tomato and the Power Trio, the Brass to Mouth Horns, Donnie Baker, and more. So hope to see you there. Details on that coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Nick Griffin, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show on this Tuesday. It is March the 28th. Can you believe it? We're almost to...
Ow. Oh, back.
Oh, hey, Josh. What's wrong?
My back is sore, my legs.
What's in your shoe?
Nothing. I mean, here, look, nothing.
Joshua, you have to have proper support.
Huh.
Orange insoles.
Orange insoles, you say?
Yeah, look.
Yeah, I see them.
Look at this. They're great.
Yeah. Orange insoles. I'll give them a shot.
Great. See you later, buddy.
Give it a... Yippee! I can mow and dance while I do it. Ha! No more pain. Thank you, orange insoles.
Josh, did you get orange insoles?
Jessica, I sure did. Thanks to orange insoles, I feel great.
Terrific. See you later.
Orange insoles. Feel better, do more.
Adding to the challenges of recovering from a massive tornado that pushed through Mississippi, 2 of the counties hit by the Friday storm, Sharkey and Humphreys counties, they have only a few thousand residents and communities scattered across wide expanses of cotton, corn, and soybean fields in the flatlands of the Delta. Many people live paycheck to paycheck working jobs in agriculture. Sharkey's poverty rate, 35%. Humphrey's at 33%. That compares with about 19% for Mississippi and under 12% for the entire U.S., to put it in perspective. Yesterday, the Mississippi Emergency Management Agency revised the state's death toll to 21, down from 25. That's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Yes, I have been doing lots of research, and now if you tell me who your favorite band is or what your favorite movie is or even what your favorite book is, I can tell you what you are saying about yourself.
Okay, Christy, can we start with you? Do you mind? Christy,
favorite band? My favorite movie.
Is it Roadhouse?
Movie. Not Roadhouse. That's the movie that you can't turn away from.
Favorite movie?
No.
My favorite movie,
yes,
Breakfast at Tiffany with
Oh,
Audrey Hepburn.
are you serious?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, boy, that's going to be a really mean one for me to start out on. I can tell you what you're saying about yourself is, I'm not nearly as cute as I think I am. That's what that says about you. It's awful. It's
okay.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I hate to start off on such a mean note.
I got you.
How about your favorite band, Christy?
Say Michael Bubble or
Can I
whatever.
say Maroon 5?
Sure,
Maroon
go ahead.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. If your favorite band is Maroon 5, what you're saying about yourself is, man, 10% off every purchase? This Gap credit card was the best decision ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
A little bit of Parmesan's all I need. A little bit of cash from Tommy G. A little tomato dried in the sun. Extra mozzarella just for fun. A little bit of garlic and diced ham. Kiss me, I'm your mattress salesman. That's a little inside joke there, dude.
Mattress salesman.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
All right, this magician. He gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working this cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the third night, the parrot starts figuring out his magician's act. So he starts heckling the magician, and it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night, they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. They just look at each other all mad. Finally, the bird goes, I give. Where's the boat?
Oh, yeah. Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, this is Henry Phillips, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Well, what else would you be doing with your time?
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Willie Griswold's here.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
I look at Mr. McGee and I go, that man isn't just sitting in any chair. He's sitting in a chair that is right in front of the beautiful OrangeInsoles.com sports desk. Speaking of Orange Insoles, we're giving away a spectacular 45 Tundra Yeti King Crab Orange cooler. It's right there. You can see it. And you could win that baby along with, this is terrific, a Bob and Tom logoed home dual Pop-A-Shot game. Would look perfect in any living room in this great country of ours. You're not going to see one of those in Moscow. That's right. Now, you could win that baby, bobandtom.com/contest. Now, Pat, I thought we would get to a quick request here before we get to sports, if you don't mind. This is interesting, but there's a certain aspect of this that I need to get to involving a gentleman who was arrested for trespassing naked through a neighbor's backyard. This is from the newspaper, the Forsyth Herald. A resident reported seeing this naked man on their security camera in early January. He allegedly committed a lewd act on the victim's front porch before leaving.
Oh, yeah.
The complainant added that they had video of the man walking nude through their backyard at a previous time. This man eventually turned himself into authorities at the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office. He was charged with public indecency and criminal trespass.
It's all very, very hot, isn't it?
Yeah.
You liked this, didn't you?
Yeah. So this event happened, interestingly enough, in a place called Cumming, Georgia. Cumming, Cumming. Cumming, Georgia. So that adds a little something to it. And apparently one of our listeners thinks you have a song about this.
I do, yeah. You can't stop the man from coming, walking in your backyard nude. Try and stop the man from coming. He's gonna do something lewd. He came on your porch and left a present. They got it on video. Caught in the act, the coming man. Now off to jail he goes. They finally stopped the man from coming. He put on quite a show. They cuffed his hands to stop the man from coming. He just can't come and go.
The ballad of the man.
What do you suppose the name of the high school team is there?
Crusaders.
Oh, is it the
I don't know.
That'd be better than what I thought it might be. Got a letter here, Christy. In fact, two of them. Let me read this one first.
Okay.
Because it references the second one in a way. This is from John, writes, over the weekend, I had the great pleasure of seeing Mr. Greg Hahn at the Blue Comedy Club in Springfield, Missouri. I've heard him on your show. I never realized he could go nonstop for an hour and a half.
Oh,
like
God.
that. I was exhausted from laughing. And that's when I realized, now I know why Greg Hahn is not Christie's number 4.
There's a lot of reasons he's not my number 4.
Now, that leads to this letter. Once again, if you're unaware of this, Christy Lee has announced about a week ago that she's getting married. And after being single for some 16 years, she will be getting married. It's kind of a big secret. None of us are invited. We don't know when. We don't know where. But
you'll be invited to the party later. I promise.
Rob writes, I've been a fan for 30 years. I am a VIP member. Getting to watch the show and listen helps me get my day started. Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Rob. He goes, I have an idea. Since you guys aren't being invited to the wedding, why not have the puppets sitting in the front row on
there
the
you go.
bride side of the venue?
That's a great idea.
That is a very good visual.
You scan the groom side, there are all these people. You go to the bride side, there's the Willie puppet, the Ace puppet, the Tom puppet.
He's going to fly in Jeff down to control the puppets while we're gone.
That is funny.
Thank you very much, Rob.
We're not even getting married in a church, though. There's not going to be a traditional, not this time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try that down the road.
Okay. Well,
he's not Catholic.
So the
there
priest
was an
said, Christy, we're not doing this again.
I won't tell you.
Oh. Well, you do your thing, and what is it from Easy Rider? Doing your own thing in your own time.
Don't look at me for that awful movie.
Okay. It's kind of a cultural landmark.
They put a camera on the head of a baby. Pushed it along.
All right.
Way to go, Dennis.
Let's turn to the sports desk, shall we, before we bring out any more hostility?
South Carolina is 2 wins away from completing the 10th undefeated season in women's college basketball history. Gamecocks headline a Final Four that features star power and the return of a school to the game's biggest stage in 30 years. South Carolina, led by 6'5", Aaliyah Boston, Player of the Year, will face Iowa and Caitlin Clark in one semifinal. Caitlin, first ever 40-point triple-double the other night. And LSU will play Virginia Tech in the other matchup this coming Friday night. The Hokies' first trip to the Final Four in school history. Then,
could we get a list of famous athletes who also have the last name of a city?
Wow.
Why
Okay.
do you want this?
Go
well,
ahead.
because there was the famous athlete Ralph Boston. You'll recall.
Never heard of him.
I barely know who he is.
But I'm just saying, I'm sure there's a number of athletes that have the.
Sure, Steve Austin.
There you go. See,
you know, I've decided that.
There you go. See,
here's our problem. Both of us are in the same mood this morning. I don't know if the show's going to handle it or not.
Oh boy,
this might be bad. Yeah.
Grover Cleveland.
What does that mood mean? I don't understand. What I missed.
I can't think of any people with the last name.
Did you say Grover Cleveland? He wasn't an athlete.
He was a really good
Grover Cleveland.
He was the best. He was. I asked Dean. He was the best lacrosse player of any president.
Grover Cleveland was president. Also led the American League in ERA.
There has to be a great athlete named something Houston.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a bunch of Washingtons.
Sure, yeah, I'm sure there's a Springfield out there.
You got Grover Washington Jr. Of course.
He's not an
Gene
athlete.
Washington, maybe.
Wait a minute. What are we talking about now? Music or
famous athletes whose last name was the same as the city?
Even if we can think of famous athletes whose name is the last name of the city, what are we going to do with it?
Yeah.
Just nothing.
Coffee table book?
He's filling time.
Maybe next month Ace could every day he would
have a
bring
new athlete with us.
New athlete with the name of the city as his
Could he
last
dress
name.
as them? Male or female, whatever their
God.
ethnicity. Would
hit
that
your
be
head.
problematic?
You've hit your head at some point this morning, haven't you?
Boy, when the girls go away, all hell breaks loose in your world, doesn't it?
Too much sleep.
Not good for you.
Too much downtime. You don't know what to do with yourself.
You ever find yourself, it's pitch black outside, you've got your dogs, and you've got the poop bag out, but you've sort of gone astray and there's no light of any kind, so you have to get your iPhone out. And you're trying to
find
the turd.
Hold on to the dogs.
Yeah, hold on to the dogs. Yeah, that was me this morning.
You use your foot on the leash, right?
Yes,
That's what I do.
Drop both leashes. They're not going to go anywhere anyway. They're good doggies. But yeah, sitting there with an iPhone, thinking if I drop this into a pile of turds, I'm going back to bed.
Well, it's new phone time, is what that is.
And I've got to I had it somewhere. Ace got me the cap with the light on it.
Sure.
That thing's awesome.
It is.
But there's also a thing I've seen. It's like a chip clip with a light on it. And you just clip it to the
Brim of your
baseball
hat?
cap.
My God.
I've got to get one of those.
Yeah, that's. Well, you don't help matters any by when he says the hat with a light on. You say that's awesome.
I love that.
I liked it too.
Yeah.
No, I mean I'm struggling this morning.
Fishing in the cold. That thing's great.
Struggling this morning, trying to find these turds that have just been. Of course, the steam.
Why just leave them? Nobody's watching you.
No, I'm not that guy. I clean up after my dogs. I hate the guys that don't do that. Even if it's 3 in the morning and pitch black. I'm sorry. Back to you.
College basketball fans at this point are calling this one of the worst Final Four fields ever after seeing the ticket prices online take a tumble. Duke, Kansas, UCLA, Kentucky, Arizona all eliminated. 4 of the 5 falling even before the Sweet 16. Gonzaga and Michigan State are out. North Carolina failed to make the tournament altogether. This will be the first ever Final Four field that doesn't include a number 1, number 2, or number 3 seed. The highest seed, number 4, UConn. They'll play Miami, 5 seed Miami, and San Diego State, the Aztecs. And 9th seed, Florida Atlantic, all in the national championship for the Final Four. And those 4 remaining schools, only UConn has a history and a fan base following that might move the needle, as they say, on ticket prices.
So is this being reflected in the ratings on television?
I don't.
The games haven't happened yet.
I'm talking.
I meant throughout the series, you incredible jackass.
I'm talking about
that's a stupid question. I thought I would ask that question because it's so dumb.
The question you asked?
Yes.
Very dumb.
Yes.
The games that Chick was just referring to have not been played yet.
Of course, I said, will it be reflected in the ratings?
No, you didn't. Has it?
The games that you were talking about had higher seeds in them, so it wouldn't be a part of this conversation.
You're just talking to talk.
Wow, this is going to be a great morning.
He does. He loves talking this morning, man.
When I'm proven right next week, we'll.
Remember, we were talking about sports. He got into Tom, man.
I think there are a lot of players, or a lot of people.
You know, I blame myself. I don't know how this started, but man, I'm glad it did.
I think a lot of people are excited to see teams that normally aren't in there. It's
Yeah,
like
exactly. And I'm glad that the prices have fallen because those fans.
This is the voice. This is the voice of the casual.
Those fans can afford to go. Exactly.
But also, like Miami Hurricanes fans, those guys, they've got a bunch of money. Those are like the Yankees in college
right?
sport. Yeah, they're going to be flying around. People love the Hurricanes.
How about this? Right now on StubHub, get-in price, the women's Final Four, $200 a ticket.
Now, if people paid that price?
Get in. I know, he always wants to ask a question. Get-in price to the men's Final Four, $136. Did you hear me?
Whoa.
Yeah. Final Four for the women, $200. Final Four for the men, $136. You have a follow-up on
That
this?
doesn't make any
You know,
sense.
this happened to me. This kind of put me in a bad mood. We're standing around before and Mark comes in and goes, hey, did you see John Mayer's going to be in town? And we go, oh, yeah, that's great. And he goes, yeah, October 17th. And we're all, and then, of course, Jackass has to go, what day is that? Every damn time.
Like we walk around with calendars in our head.
What day is that?
You have one in your pocket.
I can only go to shows on Fridays or Saturdays.
You don't go to shows then? So
yes, I do. I saw John Mayer a couple summers ago on a.
Well, it's on a Tuesday, so you won't be going.
I knew it was a Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, definitely a Tuesday or Wednesday.
It's an acoustic show, too.
Oh, he's a very fine player.
Very fine.
How about this? You guys need to help me with this story. This might not be much, or it might be something.
How were concession sales at that John Mayer?
No. What's the number one selling a concession? I thought that was
T-shirt.
an interesting question.
Tom, you liking it? What we're doing?
You like it, Tom?
The annoying guy
I'm sorry. I'm looking up something interesting on my computer. I'll get back to you when I hear the chat start.
Oh, gosh. You're no fun this morning.
Guy is known as...
No fun.
That is fun.
This guy is Chiefsaholic, okay?
That's a Chiefsaholic?
See this guy? What's he dressed as? I think
As a bear?
Like a wolf?
I don't know. It's like a wolf, I think. There's a wolf connection to the chief.
Okay.
Well, apparently this guy cut off his ankle bracelet, and he's on the run.
Yeah.
He robbed a bank.
Well, he had to buy the wolf suit.
More or less, the Chiefs' #1 fan robbed a bank. They put him in an ankle monitor, and now he's flown the coop, so to speak. Kansas City Chiefs fan Xavier Babadar, Babudar.
That's
Babadar,
amazing.
otherwise known as Chiefsaholic, has been under scrutiny. Reports claim he might have robbed a bank on his way to a game, of course.
Chiefsaholic. He's addicted to Chiefsahol.
And Chief Superfan is on the run, $1 million bond at the moment. And they're talking to the bail bondsman, and apparently he's been on the run since March 25th. No one's seen him since 8:30 Saturday, March 25th. And apparently he doesn't go anywhere without his brother and his mother, so they're keeping an eye on those two as well.
Oh, this is weird.
And he's from Tulsa.
Is he wearing the suit?
He's not. Oh, I wish.
I mean, that thing, the picture is amazing.
I think it would, that would only. The only thing that would make this story better is if he was dressed up as.
When they arrest him, he's wearing the mascot suit,
howling,
hiding in plain sight. And you can see the police line up. There's 4 regular-looking dudes, and there's the guy in the suit. I think it's that one. I think it might be that guy.
Or I just don't know. You just don't know.
Really?
Has there ever been a scene in a movie where the lineup is 4 or 5 sports mascots up there?
That is a nice sight gag.
Which one?
I'm not sure. I think it's the one doing the tomahawk chop, though, but I don't know.
I don't know. Baseball head.
This is the perfect email for this morning. Now, yesterday we were talking about Oregon and Ohio State in the first NCAA basketball tournament in 1939.
Right.
Oregon beat Ohio State. You remember that? Mm-hmm. And we said Oregon, of course, are the Ducks. Oregon State are the Beavers. Well, this is from Tom. Hey, Chick, you guys were talking about the 39 NCAA championship game. Oregon played Ohio State. Oregon did not go by the Ducks in 1939.
Oh.
What did they go by? Uh-oh.
No, wait a minute.
No.
Chick's a smart man. He wouldn't say something.
I wouldn't say it's not going to be like the Tomahawks or something. Calm down.
Okay. Uh-oh.
I'm enjoying this nervousness. They went by the Oregon Webfoots.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. So
It's the same as a duck.
And then, Tom, getting into the spirit of today's show, isn't that interesting? That's Tom from Spokane. See, look, he's out of his mind with interest. Look,
Dan Aykroyd has webbed feet.
Oh, my God.
The actor?
Yeah,
Oh, look at him looking around like we all know it. Look.
Never heard that.
Is that true?
Wow.
Remember the famous skit?
I'm going to need...
possibly one of the most famous short films from the history of SNL where John Belushi is walking through the graveyard.
Yeah.
And remember this? And it's
okay, if you're basing this on Belushi saying Aykroyd had webbed feet during the skit, that might not have been true. You know that.
Well, that's what I'm basing it on.
Oh, my God.
Sketch.
Josh, I think for whatever reason, although he's known me 10 times longer, he appreciates your opinion more. Can you tell him?
Those days are long gone. But
can you tell him that might not be true? With
That's
Belushi
like,
staying
wouldn't you say that's one of the most famous skits ever from SNL?
Well,
it ends with Belushi looking at the camera going, but I wanted to be a dancer.
It ended up being sort of poignant, didn't it? But
it's sad, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the only one left. All the rest of them are dead, and he's at the graveyard. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. So they were called the Web Feet, huh?
And you say, Dan, no, let's not lose this thread. You say Dan
8
Aykroyd.
celebrities you didn't know have webbed feet.
Okay, I hope.
Here we go.
I bet you Johnny Depp's
Tom
on
will
there.
be in a much better mood if you put Dan Aykroyd on that list.
I don't know how
Stalin,
this guy,
right?
Joseph Stalin, is one. Yes. Don't know if he's a celebrity. Marlene Ackerman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's a good actress.
She's in Watchmen. She's hot.
Ashton Kutcher has web feet.
No kidding.
Don't know who that person
He can't wear
Who won't say the name? Maybe we will.
Danielle Panabaker.
Oh, yeah, she's an actress. She was in the Friday the 13th remake.
There we go. Dan
Aykroyd
Aykroyd is on the list.
Well.
There you go.
All right.
How about that, Tom?
Maybe we should get Dan a T-shirt from the 39 Web Feet. You should probably enjoy it.
Yeah, that would consume your life.
Talking about one of my idols.
2 or 3
I don't
months.
want to offend him.
I think he'd get a kick out of it. He's got he pretty much defines a sense of humor.
Yes.
What's coming up in sports?
Lamar Jackson has made it official. He tweeted yesterday he wants out of Baltimore. So we'll see what happens there, and what NFL team wants to take that on.
God, am I getting tired of whining NFL millionaires?
The New York Jets, you're waiting for Aaron Rodgers. Be careful what you wish for. And remember a couple, we were talking about, remember certain little cities have certain days, like cherry days.
Sure.
Well, we've got another one.
Okay, good.
We'll talk about certain days.
Okay,
From a
nice.
place in Wisconsin, it looks like.
Good. Well, speaking of days, how about great food days this spring? Perhaps your taste buds have given you a phone call and said, hey, we're really tired of the places you're eating and tired of the food you're making. Let's freshen things up. Well, HelloFresh has some great ideas. What is HelloFresh? Well, they do the shopping. They do the measuring. They send you the box with the freshest of ingredients, and you put them together, sometimes in just 10 minutes. Things like the new Dietitian Win recipes, each under 700 calories and made with less sodium. You can power up with protein smart options like, and this is delicious, creamy Dijon dill chicken or one-pot pork and black bean chili, each with 30 grams or more of protein. What kind of food do they have at HelloFresh? You name it. The entire array. You go over here, you've got vegan. You go way over here, you've got good old-fashioned comfort food. And you can swap proteins. You can do whatever you want and customize it. More than 40 weekly recipes. What are you working on, Willie?
Check out the bruschetta chicken with the mozzarella crust, bacon, mashed potatoes, and broccoli. HelloFresh sends you 10 ingredients. Put those together in 6 easy steps. In just over a half hour, you have this delicious gourmet meal that you made at home with help from HelloFresh.
They've done the shopping. They've done the measuring. HelloFresh is cheaper than groceries and 25% cheaper than takeout. Pre-portioned ingredients, so you can cut back on food waste. Get all the details, HelloFresh.com/BT Show 60. Why BT Show 60? Well, that'll take 60% off plus free shipping. Once again, it's BT Show 60. HelloFresh.com/BT Show 60. That's HelloFresh.com/BT Show 60. You're going to love the food. You'll clean your plate. Great for date night, by the way, Josh. Get together with your sweetie and throw together some great food. Now, when we come back, we have Lamar Jackson in the news, daylight savings time news, and more. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
One of my favorite things you've ever discussed in the show, and if you wouldn't mind maybe doing a little bit of this for me, you have talked about marriage on this show to the point that we actually get requests all the time.
Well, good.
For people to hear your little discussion about this, which is brilliant, and I don't want to give away any of it, but would you mind relating a little bit, you know what I'm talking about?
Well, I mean, I was married for 3 years, and which is not a long time, you know. We were supposed to be together until one of us died.
True.
I never even had a fever.
Yeah.
My friends were shocked I got divorced. You're getting divorced? That's weird. You seem so happy at the wedding. The wedding? Yeah, that's not part of the marriage. No. It's like telling a shark attack victim, gee, you seemed okay on the beach. And to speak to Christy's point, my wife felt I was too down. I was too negative. Oh, this divorce should help.
Yeah, there you go.
She said I had changed. You didn't used to be like this. If I'd known I'm going to be like this, I never would have gone to bed with you. Hey, guess why I didn't tell you?
Yeah, okay.
And of course, marriage is hard. We all know it. The proof here in the room, the success and.
Hey.
Einstein.
Gotcha.
Marriage is so hard. Einstein got divorced.
Albert Einstein's unbelievable.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Albert Einstein, arguably the most intelligent man who ever lived, got divorced. They should tell you that before you get married. It shouldn't be, do you love her? Do you want to spend the rest of your life with her? It should be, do you think you're smarter than Einstein? And there you have it.
Yeah.
Nick Griffin, ladies and gentlemen.
The tri-state area there near Cincinnati, Kentucky, Indiana. We welcome you to join us at the Hard Rock Casino. It is free to enter. You must be 18 years or older and have a good sense of humor. Of course, we start at 6 a.m. Doors, I believe, open at 5:30 if you'd like to come by and say hello, see the show on your way to work, or perhaps stay all morning. There's gambling right around the corner there at the Hard Rock Casino. It's going to be a lot of fun. Pat Godwin will be there, Bob, Tom. It's going to be a great morning, so we hope you can join us. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. A downloadable app that has been voiced by Star Wars actor Mark Hamill is triggered when air raid sirens sound in Ukraine now. He urges people with his grave but also calming baritone to take cover. He also tells them when the danger has passed by signing off with, "May the Force be with you." California lawmakers yesterday approved the nation's first penalty for price gouging at the pump, voting to give regulators the power to punish oil companies for profiting from the type of gas price spikes that plagued the nation's most populous state last summer. California's gas prices are always higher than the rest of the country due to their state taxes and regulations and the fact that they require a special blend of gasoline that's better for the environment but more expensive to produce. And residents of Greenland have switched to daylight savings time and moved their clocks 1 hour forward for the very last time. Unlike most of Europe, Greenlanders will leave their clocks untouched come autumn when daylight savings time ends. That means Greenland will be 3 hours behind many other European countries instead of 4. Locals say it will benefit Greenland, a vast Arctic Danish semi-independent territory, by giving the country another hour in the day to do business with Europe. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives, and it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
I used to have a corporate job, but I figured why should I have a job that pays $200 a day when I could be a comedian and make that in a week? All right. There we go. I like going to job interviews. They're the worst interviews. Greg, before we get started, would you like something to drink? No, thanks. Had a few beers before I came in. Do you have any experience? I don't even have an appointment. They always ask you questions where they try to make you sabotage yourself. Have you noticed that? They're like, so tell us, where do you think you could use improvement? As if you're going to say, well, I am seething with hostility. I've got a debilitating character flaw. I cannot stop throwing staple guns. Does this look like ringworm to you? You know. Tell us about yourself. Well, I've got pink eye and my foot's asleep. Got matching silverware for the plate in my head. I think I can fly. I collect ointment. What can you bring to our company? Head lice. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Next to you, the dumpster behind the airport. Where do I start? How do you like my weight belt?
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
It's a roo off.
That's good. Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Christy's got her tiger stripes on today.
Watch out, baby.
Is that actual hide? Is that real?
That is
hide?
real pelts from a tiger.
I'm pretty sure it is.
No.
There's Ace Cosby. There's Willie Griswold.
She's sort of it's black and white. She's the Christy Libra.
Yeah.
Christy's part of one of those clubs where they don't hunt wild game like out in the safari or whatever. They're part of an elite group of
they're coptered in
of one percenters who hunted zoos.
What the hell is wrong with you?
They just walk right up to the.
That goes against everything I stand.
That's what I thought, and I was shocked to learn that you were too.
Ethically, I'm against that, but do I want to play a game? You know, Cincinnati Zoo Hunter.
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
I'm in. I want to play the game.
And then at one point, one just looks right at the screen and goes, "This is so easy."
Release the polar bears. Excellent. Good hunting day.
For side quests, you and your friends just go and get Dippin' Dots together. It's lovely.
It's sickening that you're a part of that, Christy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, so that's fake, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, people do it, just not Christy.
Now, we have
They
Mr.
have farms
McGee.
like that, yes.
He is at the orangeinsoles.com sports desk.
Here you go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Email. Hello, friends.
Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. It says hello, freaks. You were talking about town festivals on Friday. I forget some of the ones that we were.
Christy, you enjoyed one. Was it Turtle Days?
Turtle Days.
Yeah, Turtle Days in Cherubusco, Indiana.
Cherubusco has Turtle Days, yeah. Well, this is a town of Oxbow, Wisconsin. Population 8.
There was an incident there.
Paul said.
Oh, the Oxbow incident?
It hosts the World Championship Woodtick races in mid-May.
I would love to see this.
The world?
This year, as they say in Oxbow, will be the 42nd running of the tick.
All right. In 6 months, it'll be the Lyme Disease Festival.
Oh, you think? Oh, geez. And you guys were talking about stuffing pets. Remember when?
No,
you asked.
I don't think it's nice.
You asked Ace. You asked Ace if he had his last cat named Sin.
It's really not nice if they haven't passed away yet.
Yeah, that's
I'm not in favor of stuffing your pets.
You guys were talking. This could be the most romantic email, and if I start crying during this, don't make fun of me.
Okay.
Right. You guys were talking about stuffed pets the other day.
Here come the waterworks, pussy.
My wife and I met at a local fair where I won a goldfish for her by playing the ring toss game.
No.
She says she knew we would get married at that moment.
Oh.
Aww.
We named the fish Carney.
Oh.
Carney died. We had her taxidermied and mounted on our wall.
Oh.
We also have a fish hook dangling in front of her mouth. And a fake wedding ring as a lure.
Isn't that nice?
Right there in the living room.
That's valid.
We are still married after almost 20 years.
That's
from
valid?
Jeff.
I think that's stuffing a goldfish with that. Yeah, but it's not like you're stuffing your poodle. That's just sick.
What's the difference?
The difference is it's a fish, not a beautiful dog.
Well,
And speaking of fish, in Cleveland,
Christy, hang on a second. Wait a minute.
what about hunters that
Just a
stuff
second.
big-
Stop for 1 second. When you started going out with your now fiance,
Yes?
let's just say in the
her
first,
fiance.
just say in the first date you're having a nice glass of wine, talking about mutual friends and the things you like to do. And he said, "Yeah, I'd like to take you back to my place. I had my golden retrievers all stuffed for the last 20 years." Wouldn't that have just immediately said,
one and done?
I have a thing. I gotta go.
Would you enjoy petting them?
You'd be running to the car.
I think some people think it's very special and an honor to have their pet.
Well, they're mentally ill.
Didn't Chevy Chase's Gerald Ford have a stuffed dog that you would occasionally,
Liberty.
do commands
Stay.
with? And it would,
Good dog.
No, that's because it's a comedy skit. That's insane stuffing your
Oh,
dog.
that time that Chick and I were doing that personal appearance and somebody brought that dog.
I was there. They
And
brought
it
a
was-
stuffed dog. It was
I thought it was
incredibly
a fox or something.
There was that one too, and then we had the dog.
did you sign it?
Yeah, they wanted
Yeah,
to
we
sign
signed their
it.
dog.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fetch, Christy Lee.
It had that look like it was ready to pounce.
Yeah.
It would have been great if the dog's name was Fetch. God.
And speaking of fish, in Cleveland yesterday, 2 men accused of stuffing fish with lead weights and fish fillets.
Again?
In an attempt to win thousands of dollars in an Ohio fishing tournament. Pled guilty yesterday to charges including cheating.
They're finally just getting to this.
The allegation surfaced in September when Lake Erie Walleye Trail Tournament Director Jason Fisher
I know.
On the nose.
became suspicious when the fish turned in by Jacob Runyon of Broadview Heights, Ohio, and Chase Kaminsky of Hermitage, Pennsylvania, significantly heavier than typical walleye. A crowd of people at Gordon Park in Cleveland watched as Fisher cut the walleye open and found weights and walleye fillets stuffed inside.
It was a bummer. And they were
part of-
almost physically attacked.
Yeah. Part of a plea deal, Runyon and Kaminsky, the offenders, pleaded guilty to cheating and unlawful ownership of wild animals and agreed to 3-year suspensions of their fishing license. Kaminsky also agreed, he was the ringleader evidently, to give up his bass boat worth $100,000.
Whoa.
Prosecutors
He had
agreed.
won it.
Oh, he had?
Yeah.
Oh.
Prosecutors agreed to drop attempted grand theft and possessing criminal tools.
So there's not a suspended jail sentence, but a suspended fishing license?
Yep, and they are scheduled to be sentenced. The sentencing is coming up on May 11th, but that was just the initial.
I think a little jail time.
They're going
They
to recommend,
could very well.
recommend 6 months of probation.
Oh.
And an expungement of their convictions if they successfully complete their probation.
Are you serious? They'll be able to fish again in tournaments?
I can't imagine.
I can't
America.
either. Wouldn't
This is
people
America.
revolt?
Yeah.
That's what they told Snot Boogie on The Wire. It's America. You got to let them try to steal the money. Boy, there are people out there enjoying the hell out of me right now. Not very many, I will tell you. But
But those who are.
Those who are love it.
Okay, I agree.
Stringer Bell,
coming up,
Snot Boogie.
Coming up by special request. Someone has asked me to sing a couple bars.
Oh, excellent. I like when you sing, Tom.
You're the one.
Always cheers yourself.
El Esteo wants to hear me sing like Despacito. Coming up.
This has got to be offensive. There's no doubt.
El Esteo is a truck driver, and he wants to hear a little sing, and wants me to tell a story.
Okay. Okay.
From the past, which I will be happy to do when we come back. And if you've got a request or something weird going on, by all means, what a better place to send it than this place? There isn't one. It's Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel.
I'm actually in love right now. My boyfriend and I are walking around town in a two-headed snuggie. It's getting pretty intense.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Mhm.
I'm so, because I have a hard time listening to the love songs with Delilah. Where are you calling from tonight? Where are you? What's going on with you tonight? What's your name? Requests and dedications. Hi, Amy, calling in from Tustin, Arizona. What's going on with you tonight? You and Matt broke up? That's hard. What do you want to say to Matt tonight? We'll play that for you. That's Penny Lover by Lionel Richie. Penny Lover.
Oh, you know what? I've had enough. That's it. I'm in love with her. I remember that very well.
Maria, that is For those that get that,
Yes.
and for those that don't, you should listen to Delilah just so you do.
Just that one
just
time.
so you get the joke.
Intense. They should have those songs. They're not good for people's mental health. Like they should have little footnotes at the end of every verse. You know, I would cross an ocean for you. If that ocean led to an English-speaking country, because at this point in my life, it'd be really difficult to learn a second language fluently. Not to mention the anti-American sentiment. We'd have to talk about it. You know?
Wow, you are quite the literalist, aren't you?
Yeah. Baby, I would die for you if I were already dying and you just needed my giblets.
Maria Bamford is our guest.
She's not kidding. She was.
Hi, this is Kostaki Economopoulos, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Thanks so much for tuning in on a Tuesday. Comedian Mort Burke going to be joining us later this morning. He's got a brand new YouTube special coming out, his stand-up special, Spiritually Filthy, and we'll be talking to Mort all about that coming up this morning. Plus, we'll have your letters and emails that you send us. We love hearing from you, our listeners. You can always email us. bobandtom@bobandtom.com is the email address, whether it's a junior windbag letter letting us know what we got wrong, or you just want to say you love the show. Perhaps you want to request a comedian or a bit that you've heard. We love to do those for you, and we love to read your emails on the air. So give us an email if you'd like to communicate. Again, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. It's just that simple, and we don't charge a thing. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, and that's free too.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. South Carolina 2 wins away from completing the 10th undefeated season in women's college basketball history. The Gamecocks headline a Final Four that features star power and the return of a school to the game's biggest stage in 30 years. South Carolina, led by Aaliyah Boston, will face Iowa and Caitlin Clark in one semi, and then LSU will play Virginia Tech in the other matchup on Friday night. From the NFL, Lamar Jackson tweeted he's requested a trade from the Ravens, saying the team, quote, has not been interested in meeting my value. The star quarterback said yesterday in a series of tweets that he requested a trade as of March 2nd. On March 7th, the Ravens put the non-exclusive franchise tag on Jackson and said they were still hopeful they could reach a long-term deal with him. NBA winners last night: Dallas, Milwaukee, New York, Phoenix, Denver, New Orleans, Minnesota, and the Clippers. And in the NHL, Ottawa, the Islanders, Minnesota, Colorado, and Edmonton all win in regulation. And Montreal wins in a shootout, beating Buffalo 4-2. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
When I say America, what comes to mind? For me, it's simple. Mom, apple pie, and whole milk. They've been around forever. Let's hope that doesn't change. But did you know this country is actually importing whole milk? Why waste the money shipping milk from overseas when we've got the best darn fresh milk in the world right here on our own soil? You have a choice, America. So the next time you're in the market for milk, look for the flag. Old Glory Whole Milk. Old Glory Whole Milk stands alone. It's the best milk across the board.
Hey, fellas. I'm long-time over-the-road trucker, Floyd Tucker. The next time you crave whole milk, ask your fellow truckers where you can find Old Glory Whole Milk. And then ask if they're a cop. Take it from me. It's something else.
Old Glory Whole Milk. Just say when.
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
So, Mark, you're a single guy.
Yeah, I tell you, though, it's tough because I got these neighbors behind me.
Really?
My neighbor, Gail, very...
Gail?
Gail is a woman who just moved. Her bedroom wall is right behind mine, and she has a new boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And I found this out. His name is...
Why? It's like a recipe for a fight. They got a language, all of the vowels. They embrace them, like an old Mrs. Beasley doll. Oh, the vowels they love. They can't stand the consonants. Twice I found 9 U's together in a word. And, you see that, you could pronounce it, ooh, but you can't. You have to go, ooh, 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 or you end up on the wrong island. They put 2 airports on the island of Maui. They call one of them something like Killy Willy Pilly, and then they call the other one Willy Willy Polly. I go to the wrong one, I'm the idiot. Some guy at the airport in a flowered shirt. You're supposed to be at Hilly Willy Pilly, not Willy Willy Polly, all cheerful and everything. Why don't you call one of them my pee pee, ow, ow? Buy a consonant the next time you spin the wheel, Don Ho Ho Ho. Why'd you name everything over here? What'd you do, bring a stutterer over and tell him to hurry up? Hey, what would you call that tree? Okay, that's good enough. How about that mountain over there? Oh, okay, that's good. How about those big birds? Oh, yeah, keep moving. Those will be the oh birds, won't they?
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's a good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
With a terrific email from a truck driver.
Oh, nice.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Chick McGee reporting for duty from the OrangeInsoles.com sports desk. I want to remind you that we're going to be doing this show with the portable OrangeInsoles.com sports desk. It'll be at the Hard Rock Casino, Cincinnati, Ohio, Thursday morning. You're welcome to come. I just have been informed 21 and over, please.
Okay.
We will have a commemorative poster that's been printed. It's very nice.
And tickets are $55?
Tickets are free.
Oh,
Thank you, Josh, for muddying the waters. We'll be there. Look forward to seeing you. Special guests include Duke Tomato and the Power Trio, the Brass to Mouth Horns, Donnie Baker. Now, again, Donnie's appearance is always
iffy.
Yeah, iffy. The idea is that he'll be there.
Sure.
He'll be there.
It's our intention.
Yeah. Let's see who else. Haywood Banks, similarly.
Questionable
to show up. And Drew Hastings, again, all these guests may or may not be there.
Maybe this should be the show. Come and see who does show up.
There you go. Who day gonna come?
Yeah.
That's the...
all of those guys, their quotes are always, oh, is that today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see now. Oh, here we go. Michelle is kind enough to write, I'm spending part of the morning of my 62nd birthday watching you on YouTube.
Hi, Michelle.
And as a birthday present, my husband of 41 years and I will be coming to Cincinnati to watch your show.
Terrific.
Oh, nice.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what?
After hearing of the lineup, I'm very excited. Now, once again, Michelle,
questionable.
Remember, some of these guests are known for their lack of awareness of what day it is, what time it is.
So what he's saying is Tom may not be there.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. Thank you, Michelle. Look forward to meeting you. Now,
happy birthday.
Are you ready to hear about Josh's email?
I guess so. You are. We've been discussing Ace's Pizza Month ad nauseum. And, Tom, you suggested, hey, Jess Hooker, show cooker, why not a Bob and Tom pizza? What would you think that would be?
What would be on a Bob and Tom pizza?
Well, our friend Patrick, truck driving friend from Memphis.
Oh, man.
I believe that's in Texas.
That's in Tennessee, but you
man, it's Memphis, baby.
He says, well, you were discussing coming up with a special Bob and Tom pizza. I can just imagine what a pizza covered in nuts and full of bologna would taste like.
Might be good.
That is very good, Patrick. Thank you.
What kind of nuts would you use? The bologna might be good on a pizza.
D's, probably.
D's nuts? Mm-hmm. Both are D's nuts?
They're salty.
There you go. Now, before we return to sports, this comes to us from Elisteo. He is a truck driver.
Thankfully, he remembered to go back to that.
And he wants me to share a story of something I did to Bob in our early days of radio.
Okay.
And I'd be happy to. Bob was the so-called music director of the radio station. Mm-hmm. And he would decide what songs we would play. This is when we were playing a lot of music. And at the time, we were expecting a new album from a guy named Christopher Cross. you may recall, had a bunch of hits there.
Sure.
Kind of MTV sort of sidelined him, I think. It was just before the MTV era peaked, right? Am I getting
Yeah,
the
they were
timing on
saying
this
he
right?
wasn't attractive enough for the video world.
And but we were expecting this new record, and it was a Saturday, and I was doing the solo show in the afternoon, and Bob Bob came in and he said, "Hey, look, we've got the new Christopher Cross," and he had put it on a so-called cart. Back in those days, the music wasn't coming off a computer or a CD player or a record player. It was on this cart. Looked like an 8-track. So he hands it to me, and he goes, "This is really great. It's the new Christopher Cross. Don't play it for 15 minutes because I want to see how it sounds in the car."
Oh, okay.
So Bob gets in the car, and I'm very excited. And I've said, "Hey, coming up in a few minutes, we got the new Christopher Cross song. So stick around. This is going to be great." And I waited the appropriate amount of time, and so then I
jocked it up.
Put the card in, ladies and gentlemen. It's the latest from Christopher Cross, and I pressed the button, and this is what happened. Yeah, so the first few bars, I'm going, well, this is, kind of like that song "Sailing" or whatever the hell it was. But the problem was that if you were a DJ at that time, you have to have your next element ready to play.
I can't imagine what that was like for you.
And of course, I didn't have anything ready to play.
Of course not.
So
He knew that.
He knew that, of course. So he's dying laughing in the car as I'm squirming, struggling to find a 45 to throw on the. Yes, thank you very much. That's one of the stories that Elisteo wanted to hear. He also wants me to sing his name. That's right, because I sang it to the tune of the great song Despacito. Remember that great song?
Yeah, I danced to that in my big dancing competition.
Oh, that's great. Elisteo. He is a truck driver, Ayo. That's all I've got so far. Give me some time to work on that, Elisteo. Thank you for listening. And
I think that's good enough. I think that's about all we need.
Well, that's probably more than we need.
Actually. Yeah. No, is it time for our pizza song?
Sure. If you want it now.
Once again, sure. Ace Cosby eating nothing but pizza in the month of March, and Pat's been writing a song every day about Ace's adventures.
Pizza in name only.
Yeah. What do you got, Pat?
Well, I'm high and all alone, pick up my phone. I got pizza on my mind. Don't like pepperoni, hate that anchovy. One that's plain will do just fine. Make it cheesy, extra cheesy. And stuff the crust with mozzarella, that'll please me. Lose some weight in April and May. I'm eating pizza 3 times a day. A Little Caesars is on its way, so make it cheesy. Do-do-do, goo-do-do, mozzarella through and through, da-da-da-do-do-do. That'll do, make it cheesy.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Now, isn't it true that Winslow, Arizona, they have that song playing?
Yeah.
On a speaker,
there's a statue.
24 hours a day.
That was the line that Glenn Fry threw into that Jackson Brown song.
Standing on the corner, Winslow, Arizona.
Got 7 women on my mind. Great song. Thank you very much, Pat. A little tribute to pizza and to the
I
Eagles.
bet the businesses there never open their windows.
Yeah, can you imagine
Get a little tired of that, do they?
Yeah.
the self-emulation rates in that town?
Well, a law firm of...
That's probably true of a lot of restaurants that play the same thing over and over again.
Sure. Or Every Day is Christmas, one of those places.
Oh, that would be rough.
Must be amazing working here. Every day is Christmas.
It sure is. Happy August 1st.
He hanged himself under the mistletoe.
Of course, the worst day is December 26th when we put up 364 days till Christmas. That's when you want to log on.
Oh, wow.
Traffic.
Every 4 years we have to change this.
But how good is that song that's still... Just the music is great.
Yeah.
Even putting stupid lyrics in it, it still sounds like a great song.
Have you had that stuffed crust pizza? I haven't had that yet. Is it good?
I've had several stuffed crust pizzas. What are we talking about?
Watch this. He's been doing this for 28 days, okay?
Yeah.
Have you had the stuffed crust pizza yet this month?
Not a fan. No.
Oh.
Okay,
yeah.
so he's been eating pizza every day. Right. You'd think he'd run out of choices.
Sure.
Nope. Eating just pizza, but no. Stuffed crust has not been on his menu.
Stuffed crust is an innovation. We don't need any technology after stuffed crust. Once we got that, computers, phones,
Sounds
all
really
that stuff is
good.
bad.
Do you think it's time for us to start saying that's the best thing since stuffed crust?
100%. And that kind
sliced
of
bread
rolls
thing
right
is
off.
over.
It rolls off the tongue,
Yeah.
man.
All the bread's sliced now, right?
Right.
I mean, you go to
Most bread.
How's that one stuck
Every
around?
now and again, you get an English muffin they forgot to cut, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
What were you doing? The assembly line there, letting that one slide.
You talk to an ER doctor about people cutting bagels. They tend to slice.
I've got a machine.
That thing right between your thumb
You
and
have a
your
bagel
index finger.
machine?
I have a bagel machine. It looks like a plastic contraption. It's about a 5 by 6 by 8, and you put the bagel in the slot, and then you whang
Guillotine
it.
Guillotines down?
Yeah,
sorry.
whang it down. And, I'll pop
Does it cut well, or does it mash the bagel,
It
too?
cuts really well. However, it does. If you get an especially fresh bagel, it will mush it down, but you can unmush it to toast it.
Good to know. Also good to know this. We have...
you didn't say shut the hell up, but it was implied, and I appreciate it.
I think that your bagel hunk was over.
No.
You have more? Go ahead, please.
No, go ahead.
I was enjoying it. Maybe you got a little hunk about Bialys?
You're the one that changed the subject to sliced bread. That was your subject.
Josh.
I think I like Bialys better than I do bagels. There, I said it. And
Okay, I want to remind you that coming up, I'm trying to think how I can... Oh, I know how to tie this in. A lot of people will cut themselves between the thumb and the index finger while cutting up a bagel.
Oh, God.
Like this.
Yeah, but it's okay for you to talk about
But if you hold your hand like this, it looks like the state of Michigan. And that place where you would have cut yourself is where Saginaw is. Saginaw Bay. What a great tie-in.
Look, if it's me, tell me. But does he mention Michigan every day?
That's because
At least once.
That's because this Friday, it's Josh Arnold, Kostaki Economopoulos, and Pat Godwin.
You wouldn't catch me dead there.
at the Dow Event Center.
No way in hell I'm going.
In Saginaw. It's going to be a great show. Be sure to go. That's
I
all
wouldn't go
wanna
to that show if it was in Columbus, Ohio. How about that?
Okay, well, you can go see them in Columbus
Bunch
all
of
the time.
bastards.
Right now, it is not just the season for great comedy, it's the season for great steaks, and that's where Josh comes in because Omaha Steaks has something going just for you this spring.
They sure do. In fact, the steak experts at Omaha Steaks, they've made it easy to spring into something delicious. It's their semi-annual sale. 50% off site-wide, my friends. Grab all your favorites like perfectly aged tender steaks, ocean-fresh seafood, juicy burgers, incredible air-chilled chicken, and decadent desserts. Plus, when you go to omahasteaks.com and you use promo code BTS at checkout, you'll get an additional $30 off your order. Last week, I grilled up some of those tender fillets mignon. That's right. And my gosh, if they weren't just so melt in your mouth, flavorful, juicy, and every Omaha Steaks order comes with their Omaha Steaks seasoning, which is just terrific. It really helps.
So wait a minute, it's fillets mignon, not filet mignons.
I'm going with fillets mignon.
When you say hams burger, when you cook more than one?
That's exactly right.
Thank you.
They also do have...
Back to you, Omaha Steaks.
They make a good Hamsburger.
They sure do. Man, oh man. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use code BTS at checkout. Take advantage of this deal. Omaha Steaks is ready to ship your order right away. And you're going to want to hurry. Why? Because that 50% off site-wide deal, well, it's only happening for a limited time. Don't miss your chance to save. That's omahasteaks.com. Code BTS at checkout. Get an additional $30 off when you shop their semi-annual sale today. Minimum order may be required.
Thank you very much. You're going to want the max. Don't forget to order the lasagna. You'll thank me. You'll thank Josh. You'll thank all of us. That's Omaha Steaks. Coming up, more news from the orangeinsoles.com sports desk starring Chick McGee. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, thanks so much for tuning in to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. I know I say it quite...
If you work on your feet all day, maybe you're a teacher, a waiter, a doctor, a nurse. Oh my gosh, you're running back and forth all the time. Maybe you're Noah back here that's working this camera who's running around. You need orange insoles in your shoes. The running shoes, insoles, a little floppy. Look at that. Sturdy. Hold you up, support your weight. The proper way. Orangeinsoles.com. Check them out. Plus, you can win this Yeti. Think of all the things you can do with this. First off, you're going on your wonderful hikes and you can't wait to get back to your campsite, camping in the beautiful wilderness. And your river rat friends are not going to be able to steal this Yeti cooler because you'll be able to see it. Check them out today, orangeinsoles.com. Feel better, do more. You get free shipping in the U.S., plus they have bundle and save options, so save some money. And if you sign up for text messages, you're going to get 10% off your entire order. Why are we still here?
And Whitney Houston's talent was rooted in gospel music. Many of you know that. Well, now her family, led by her sister-in-law Pat and brother Gary Houston, want the foundation of her musical legacy to continue to live on through a new posthumous gospel album and documentary under the same name, I Go to the Rock, the Gospel Music of Whitney Houston. That album is available now, and you can find the documentary. It will be released on home video soon. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jeff Rothpan here in the studio with us.
When I was a kid, all these other kids got to go to the Barnum and Bailey Circus. And I remember begging my dad, please, I want to go. All the other kids are going. He said, no, we just can't afford it. Tickets are expensive. He ended up taking us to this Bob Circus. It was actually called, no, this is true.
Bob Circus.
Yeah, and it was in a mall parking lot. And what a difference. I remember the guy yelling, and now huge midgets. What the hell is that? Oh, yeah, there was just one after another. The bearded man. I think they actually had the talking mute. Hi! Man, what the hell is this?
How does he do it?
He's amazing. He's a mute, yet he speaks.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of
Loads of curvy cleavage on display.
the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Don't touch those.
Sorry. The human drama of
Loads of curvy cleavage on display.
This is
The Bob and Tom Show. No shoes, no shirt, no talent.
Has this ever happened to you?
Oh, my. Just look at that. What am I going to do?
What's wrong, honey?
Look in the mirror, all that gray. Boy, did it sneak up on me.
No, it didn't.
You mean it's been gray for a long time?
Only all of your life. Sweetie, your brain matter is supposed to be gray. Now close up your cranium and come to bed.
All right, dear. Oh, I'm so lucky to have you.
I totally agree.
Ha, 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 ha. If the top of your head is bushy and gray, hair color is not your problem. Remove that hatchet from your skull. Say hello to your cerebellum.
Oh, dear, you've got a little gravy on your blouse from dinner.
Oh, honey, that's not gravy. That's part of my frontal lobe.
Ha, 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 ha.
Just for morons. From Frigamall Industries. Axe for it by name.
What the?
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
That's awful.
Awful entertaining.
Central Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Laura Coretta's a fine young comedian. Are you a health guy? You run, you look very slender. And
I'm not a big health guy, although I'm healthy. I just had a complete physical, and unfortunately, I'm at that age where you get the real intense physical.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I hope I'm not sharing too much, but the doctor actually stuck a camera in my rectum. It wasn't part of any procedure. He just suspected that his nurse was stealing from him.
Hey, everybody, this is Jimmy Pardo. You recognize my voice from the show and my face from television. You are listening.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. As you might guess, typically off the rails. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi, Chick.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
See what I mean?
I do.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chick, you remember 30 seconds ago you told me to go F myself?
Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah.
Oh, he did? What happened in the green room?
Sure did. There's Ace Cosby. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Chick McGee, of course, broadcasting from the beautiful orange desk over there. It's the orangeinsoles.com sports desk behind Mr. McGee. You can see the spectacular new 45 Tundra Yeti King Crab orange cooler. We're giving that baby away. It's a beauty. Go to bobandtom.com/contest. Also, this is an incredible prize. The custom Bob and Tom home dual Papa Shot game. Who would not want that for their living room? Okay, maybe
an armless person. Have you considered that?
They wouldn't want that for them.
Yeah, they don't.
I bet an armless person could shoot with their feet.
Yeah.
That's really helpful. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know what he thinks. I don't know what's going on in his brain. With this will help.
This is why they can't call it a walk-in closet anymore, I've been told.
Yo, you think the thoughts in my brain are, how can I help? Not how can I create chaos?
You might want to.
Maybe you could answer the phone.
Take that. Maybe you can, because they can hear you on the phone for the 39th straight year. Hello, try it. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Let's do it.
Told you.
Hey, Bob and Tommy, it's your good friend, Dr. Phil.
Hey, Dr. Phil.
Have you read my book?
No.
Have you seen my tape?
I would never watch.
I've got books on tapes, too. Well, this week I've got a brand new book on tape coming out. Super excited about this book. It's called How to Win Friends Through Bullying and Influence. Have you read the book?
No.
Okay, all you haters can hate and hate all you want, but it's actually Oprah's fault, okay? I mean, hey, just because you're a Huey Lewis fan doesn't mean that you want a new drug. You sure where I'm going with this? Are you picking up what I'm laying down? All I'm trying to say is that sometimes it's hip to be square, okay?
All right.
I mean, I'm just an old Texas cowboy with a satchel full of folksy wisdom. Are you taking what I'm giving because I'm working for a living? You've seen me and my wife Robin hold hands on stage. I mean, you agree that's the power of love, would you not? I mean, you say Huey Lewis in the news, but I say, it ain't about
news. Dr. Phil.
So I think somebody found their copy of Sports and
Huey Lewis. I love that song, Working for a Living.
Oh, man.
That's
just
the best. That's the best. Now, are we return to the sports page? Is that correct?
Lamar Jackson says he has requested a trade officially from the Baltimore Ravens, saying the team has not been interested in meeting my value. That's a quote from his tweet. The star quarterback said yesterday in a series of tweets that he requested a trade as of March 2nd. The Ravens' response on March 7th, they put the non-exclusive franchise tag on Jackson and said they were still hopeful they could reach a long-term deal with him. But the non-exclusive franchise tag lets Lamar accept offers from other NFL teams before he decides to sign with the Ravens. But no other NFL team has stepped up. The version of the franchise tag did allow Jackson to negotiate with other teams.
But he doesn't want to be, so he told the Ravens, nevermore.
Is that what happened?
Do you have to make an Edgar Allan Poe joke every time
in the
you
news
talk
later,
about the Ravens?
Actually, on SportsCenter and ESPN, they took it. There was that was the title of the piece they did about Lamar Jackson. It was Nevermore. Just ridiculous.
These nerds are getting on my damn nerves.
Chick, remember the Huey Lewis song that? Well, Donnie referenced it. I Want a New Drug.
Yeah.
Do you remember Weird Al's parody? I'm not making it up.
Oh, this will be good.
I want a new duck. And I believe, if I remember correctly, one of the lyrics is, I want a new duck, one that won't quack all night.
Must have been a video that sold it then.
Wow.
Sounds like an MTV.
All right, best Huey Lewis song. Go ahead. What do you? What do you got? What do you got?
There's so many.
Mine's not on sports.
Well, which one's it on? Or what's the song? I'm sorry.
I guess is bad as that on sports or on the one before that? Picture this.
I don't remember.
There's a song on Picture This that
Sports had
what,
like
5 hits?
Yeah.
It was almost the greatest hits.
I like Working for a Living. That was that was the first hit. Good stuff. He's playing harmonic on it.
I like the harmonies on If This Is It.
That is great.
Is he doing okay? Didn't he have a massive hearing problem that prevented him?
Yeah.
Is that okay now?
Isn't he back out again doing
I think he is.
corporate gigs?
Oh, I sure hope so.
Which song did you like? What is it?
If This Is It.
If This Is It. I hate that song just based on the video. They've got all the band members buried into sand up to their neck, and they're doing the back and forth.
Oh, that's
with their
creepy,
heads.
isn't it?
It's real stupid.
That is weird. Yeah. Man, the heart of rock and roll, heart and soul.
Pat, can you do this
Heart
with
of
your
Rock and Roll's a good one.
an electric? You play electric guitar ever?
Yeah, not as well
Can
as
you do?
acoustic.
Can you do this?
No. That is cool.
Mine is from Picture This. It's called "Is It Me?" That's a great song. That'll make you cry, Willie. Hey! I'm gonna hit you hard with Huey in the nose.
You nailed
it. Hang on a second. I'm in my mind. I'm trying to remember. Is the one from the movie
Ghostbusters?
Oh no, that was
Flash? No.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's this.
The Power of Love.
Forgot about that.
Remember, he's in the Back to the Future. He's auditioning bands.
Oh, that's right.
For the big dance. And he says, "I'm sorry, guys, you're just too loud."
He's an okay actor. He was in a Robert Altman movie called Shortcuts.
Yeah, Full Frontal.
That's right.
What?
Yeah.
Very impressive, Huey.
Gifted.
Really?
He's peeing into a lake.
Yeah, he sure is. And then
the Lawrenceville Lancers. The graduate of the largeness of this.
Wow.
No, the Ghostbusters thing was a lawsuit.
Ray Parker, right?
Ray Parker Jr. and they settled that apparently.
I have never
quite a bit of money out.
I have never, and I know they won, but I'd never heard the similarity between them.
I didn't either.
It's the same chord change, but a different melody.
Right, but it is there when you. I've heard it. Like
wasn't the story that
they asked him first?
They asked him for the song, and he said no, and so then they.
So that probably added to it. Right?
Yeah, and then apparently I don't know if they played it for Mr. Parker or not, but yeah, that was I guess settled quietly out of court. Okay, I'm looking at the list here. Yeah, my favorite Huey Lewis song is not one of the ones on the list.
Oh, okay.
Working for a Living, great tune. And I hope Huey's doing great. I don't know. I know he had a real serious issue for a while. I know he's an excellent fly fisherman and lives in Montana, I think. Now, we have more whining rich quarterbacks in the news.
No. World record. We have world records. World records, a Tom Griswold production. That's the way I'm announcing it every morning from now on.
You don't like this world record?
No. I don't like any of the world records. You're missing my point.
It would be fun.
This isn't a part of sports. It's Tom's baby, and I'm not going to continue the facade any longer.
I think the sauce that you add to this makes it memorable.
What were you saying, Willie?
What if there was a one world record and you just came in here one morning, had the time of your life with it? Maybe it's a Washington football team related, great state of Ohio related.
I seriously doubt it.
You think so? There's not one record in the whole world that would make Chick McGee's Little Heart spark love and joy.
No. Well, the problem is if there were, he would go, I'm going to bring this in and share this with everybody. And because...
And you know what I would be greeted with?
Yeah.
No one's heard of either of those. I don't know what you're trying to prove.
You can't make the mistake of being too excited about something before you bring it into this.
That's absolutely the truth. Guinness World Records say Charles Chuck Helmke,
the Seaman,
died on March 12th at his home in Florida. That's right. Turns out he was the most tattooed man, senior division, in history.
Oh. Really?
He was 81 years old. With 97.5% of his body covered in tattoos, Chuck's record as the most tattooed senior citizen male still stands.
I wonder what part wasn't tattooed.
His face.
Balls.
Really?
Ouch. Tip of his stuff like that, probably.
Here he is with his wife.
His face was not tattooed.
He's quite colorful.
Oh, God. I don't want to see it.
It's really creepy looking.
Yeah.
Well,
here's something. He also holds the record for most images of skulls tattooed on the body.
Oh, okay.
37.6%. That's, of course, in the male division.
Wow.
Chuck's partner, Charlotte Gutenberg, the inventor of movable type.
That's right.
Holds several tattoo records as well, including the most tattooed senior citizen female, 98.75% of her body, which is a full 1.25% more than Chuck. Charlotte also holds the record for most tattooed person living, female, the most tattooed person ever female, and the most feathers tattooed on the body, female, with 216.
You can just incorporate the varicose veins into something lovely.
I believe he's donated his skin to be made into a clown vest.
Look at him. Look, he really thinks it's funny. Look.
This is so weird.
He's very colorful. At least they're not just all those inky blue colors.
This is wild.
Yeah, right?
Hey, Malaboy, they sure look in love. That's sad. It's hard to see him go.
Will they cremate him, or will they,
Yeah, they're going to cremate him and put him inside of a bic.
Wouldn't you be able to tan the leather and tan the back and make it?
They do
Make
that.
it a picture? He could
watch.
They could take chunks of his skin and they
make
could
it a
frame it or whatever.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, no, they could.
I'm getting my ass framed when I pass away.
I'm getting my ass
Really? Now, will each cheek be its own frame, or is
No. It's going to clearly be an ass.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, there's
Is it going to be a bas relief, so it's got some dimension to it?
There's not going to be any doubt.
I like that idea.
No doubt as to what it is.
Yeah. Oh, man, the guy had his ass peeled off and put in a frame.
Is there any chance it's interactive, like the Billy Bass thing is, and you push a button and maybe it could fart, maybe it could say a joke?
It sings.
No, Willie's honest. You could have a separate one that is your hand, and you could walk up and pull the finger.
Things like turn the beat around or something fun.
I could just have my hand turned into like a Billy Bass type thing where you hit a button, my hand turns. Take me to the river. Wouldn't that be fun? A little hand puppet guy there.
Yeah, we could get an engineer to put in some bones.
Do you hear all the laughing except for me? Do you hear that?
Well, I'm still trying to sell you on the whole idea.
You have a very feminine way with your hands. I'm very concerned about that.
My father was too.
Yeah, I bet so. Yeah.
Your grieving nieces go to visit it when they miss you.
That's still my favorite episode of Third Rock from the Sun is John Lithgow gives up smoking. The name of the episode, you'll like this. It's called Dick Smoker. And Dick is stuck in a stairwell sneaking a cigarette, and he's gone mad because he gets locked out.
Yes, and it's only for like a couple hours.
Yeah, so he puts his sock on his hand, and it becomes his only friend.
I adore that show. Yes.
So they're talking, and he's talking to his hand, and somebody knocks at the door, and they both look.
The classics. Nothing funnier.
Nothing funnier, by God, in my book.
So this tattoo guy, dead, huh?
Yeah, it's a shame.
The story's getting a lot of ink. Must be an important guy in the tattoo world.
Looks like a sweet couple. They really look in love.
Really
they do, man.
They found each other.
I bet they had a knockdown, drag-out fight every Thursday.
Oh, but the makeup sex was just killer. Oh, just, my gosh.
Tweety bird jamming into a feather. And
it was.
You have to wonder what she's got going down there. Is it like a...
See what she's got going on down there.
I mean, there's obviously...
Does it look like
illustration?
Right.
I mean, there's lots of options.
She's bald on her head. I wonder if she's...
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
She's tattooed everywhere else.
Tattooed everywhere.
Oh, sure. I don't know how close you can get to the...
She's got a tattoo on her.
Hey!
Is that sports?
No, we got another world record. Are you ready? You game?
World record.
California woman set a new personal marathon record. Oh, is that what we're doing now?
Uh-huh.
We're bending the rules a little bit? Not Guinness, but a personal record.
We can't start doing those.
Oh, no. Yeah. And I'll give you a guess as to why we do this as I read on. All right. California woman has set a new personal marathon record despite pooping her pants midway through the race.
See?
You are a sick man, Kay. You got real.
This made the international newswire.
Lester talked about this last night.
There's no such thing as the international newswire.
I watched Lester last night. He did not mention this.
Nora said nothing. He's biased. He was probably covering some serious thing with a bunch of dead people.
There is a media bias against dumpers.
You were watching the Today Show that one morning with Dave Garroway, weren't you? When he said, well, I believe we here in New York have a picture coming in from Telstar it's from the West Coast. Let's take a look at this picture. That's the last time we're going to use the international newswire.
Keep going.
Was it a full marathon?
Yeah.
Sometime around mile 13 or 14 of the Mountains to Beach Marathon, Tamara Torluxon realized she needed to go to the bathroom, but rather than halting her momentum, the 31-year-old decided to let loose right then and there.
Oh, God, Tom.
Don't blame me. I'm not responsible.
He really believes with it, what he's saying right now.
Right.
They give you a bumper sticker, by the way, if you do that.
What does it say?
It's I poop my pants during a full marathon. You know, you can the people behind you, they'll know.
It's a lot to put on a bumper sticker. My child is an honor student, and I just took it.
You know, this probably happens every marathon.
Isn't this actually,
it's a
relatively
thing.
speaking,
Dunk guy? Yeah, there's one every race.
I didn't want one poop to mess it all up, she says. She didn't think anyone noticed she'd pooped her running short.
Except for the dozens of people
behind her, yeah.
No, that's why they have to line the Boston Marathon with all the portalettes.
But she said, I didn't give a if they did or not.
Wow.
As she neared the finish line, Torluxon announced to her friends, I pooped my pants.
A cut down on the celebratory hugging, by the way.
She's the only lady who grabbed a Gatorade from the sidelines and threw it on her ass.
I may not be able to run a marathon, but I have my dignity. That's all I'm saying.
She beat her fastest time by 1 minute.
That is sacrifice.
20 seconds.
Good for you.
So for her, she came in first and third.
I thought, number two, I thought. I right for third.
So she came in first and number two and third. Okay, very.
Let him go. He's fun.
It's in the New York Post.
Isn't that something?
Here you go, right there. Avid runner.
Will be.
We're coming right back. Christy, what have you got over there?
I have a great story for Willie about dad jokes and about your dad joking with you as a kid.
Oh. No, but my dad jokes are different. Most people's dad jokes are like innocent puns. Mine's number one and number turd. I've got a weird dad.
First and turd.
It could play an important role in how you were raised.
Now look how pretty this lady is. This photograph was taken before the eruption, if you will. We'll come right back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules. Or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Into the sky, bones across gaping holes, devil dogs and yodels on the canyon floor, making way. Atomic wedge speedo, he ain't afraid to say he's bringing Harry back on a track. Libido, I said libido. brought my helmet. Don't back away. Never play it safe. No, no, no. He ain't afraid to say he's bringing every back. Heart attack. Libido. Libido. Hey, 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 libido. Libido Knievel, Scott Baio, sexual stuntman at your service.
Culture. Sharkey's poverty rate 35%, Humphrey's at 33%. That compares with about 19% for Mississippi and under 12% for the entire U.S., to put it in perspective. Yesterday, the Mississippi Emergency Management Agency revised the state's death toll to 21, down from 25. That's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Christy, you know I have anxiety disorder.
Yes.
And, I mean, I guess we could put this to the test. Can I sniff your butt? And see if it makes me feel less anxious?
Oh, my God.
It's all science.
Maybe just start off with her panties.
Oh, Christy, can I smell your panties?
No.
Well, it must be your feet.
Ah, the classics.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
No matter how hard I try, can't keep my hands off my face.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
When your horse says run its very last race and there's nothing left to do, giddy up, giddy up. We don't think it's very good taste to turn him into glue. Giddy up, giddy so up. If your horse has lost his stuff and his legs aren't thin and bony, giddy up, giddy and if his meat ain't very tough, then he comes to Burger Pony.
Now, when you come into any participating Burger Pony restaurant and order our swale in a pail, every kid in your group will receive a free hot fudge sundae silence. And don't forget our Clint Eastwood Western spaghetti. And our delicious burgers, including the Daily Double and the Triple Crown. And remember our motto, if we're not in your neighborhood yet, your neighbors have probably passed a petition.
So if your horse has lost his stuff and his legs aren't thin and bony, and if his meat ain't very tough, then he comes to Burger Pony. Comes to Burger Pony. Comes to Burger Pony.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Can I tell you something? My mother used to chew her toenails
No way.
in front of me.
Oh, God. Oh, boy. Clothed or not? I wouldn't.
Clothed.
Oh, thank God. that is a visual.
Poor Bob has lost it over there.
Or a little best of right here. Right here.
That would be,
Totally naked.
How did you even think of that?
You would get,
See anything you like, boy?
I think you'd
remember
get
that.
free psychiatry for life. Free Prozac, whatever you
government
want.
program for that.
We are going to fix you.
How about it, boy? See anything you like?
You can imagine the twisting that would be
There's a
involved.
lot of people who can't even do that.
Okay. She was very limber. Show's over.
Hi, this is Augie Smith.
Great cause.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
Doing a little dance there during the commercial. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
That is Mr. McGee at the OrangeInsoles.com sports desk.
That's right.
Thank you very much. Don't forget, we're giving away some cool stuff from Orange Insoles. Details at bobandtom.com/contest. That includes, by the way, the Papa Shot, the dual Papa Shot game for your abode. How cool would that be to win that, baby? I wanted to mention also, we are in Cincinnati. A special broadcast coming up this Thursday. We will be at the Hard Rock Casino. 21 and over, please, I have been informed.
Very much looking forward.
Free admission. Our guests may include, just saying, Drew Hastings, Donnie Baker. Always iffy on the showing up of those.
Sure.
Let's see, Duke Tomato and the Power Trio.
They'll be there.
The Brass to Mouth Horns.
They'll be there.
Okay, I forgot anybody? Haywood Banks?
I heard Nick Lachey is going to to be there. Nick
Is that right?
Really?
That's false.
The Cincinnati legend.
Isn't that something?
He's going to bring Joey Votto. If you can believe that.
Also a lie. Is that, have we completed our sportscast?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay.
And then Eric Skyline from Skyline Chili also going to be there.
Also a lie. Okay, here we go.
This is what you farted for.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, always be a good sport. Christy?
A professor in Denmark says that so-called dad jokes could play an important role in raising children. Dr. Mark Heikunsen suggests...
Sorry, what's his name?
That's
God in heaven.
You heard me. Dr. Mark, HYE-KNUDSEN.
Oh, so it's Hi Knudsen.
Heikunsen.
Hi, Knudsen.
Hi. How you doing?
Suggests that fathers in their humor with their children are more aggressive and teasing than mothers. And goes on to say that fathers use dad jokes to deliberately but teasingly embarrass their children, and that's a good thing. Heike Knudsen writes, by continually telling their children jokes that are so bad that they're embarrassing, fathers may push their children's limits for how much embarrassment they can handle. Which shows their children that embarrassment isn't fatal.
Sure.
Especially during adolescence.
Embrace it.
Your thoughts?
I had that. My dad called me Elvis from like 8 to 12. That was kind of embarrassing. Give me Deaning, where he grabs your ear in front of people and shakes it. I got that till I was like 19.
What is that? Wait, what's that move?
I invented it. It's a dog thing I invented as a kid.
Oh.
I still do it to my dog. It's their favorite thing.
Here's what it is from my point of view. He just comes up to you and maybe you just finished your 6th grade band concert. You're at the JCC trying to pick up chicks.
Yeah.
And your dad walks up to you and goes, "Hey there, Elvis." And then he grabs you by this part of your ear.
The lobe?
Yeah.
The lobe. And he goes, here's how he says it without feeling. Just the words are, Deaning, it's time for a Dean Fest.
It's my dog's favorite thing.
Oh, cool.
And he kind of sings it in his dog voice. He goes, Deaning, it's time for a Dean Fest.
I remember him doing it. And you're like trying to talk to a girl or
I'm trying to pick up Cassidy at the JCC after the show. I got the old man over here wiggling my ear in front of the chicks.
Wasn't your dog named Elvis?
I did have a dog named Elvis.
And a dog named Dean.
And a dog named Dean, yeah.
And you call your child by a dog's name?
Well, you remember, we covered this a long time ago.
Dog names.
Girls, dogs, kids, they're all the same to Tom.
Yeah, they all the names are interchangeable.
I saw he called Finley Figaro. That dog hasn't been alive since 2010.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Figsy, great dog.
His Rolodex of names is very
Figsy.
limited.
That's really something.
Didn't you have, what was another?
Belcher.
What'd you call
Dunder.
Lucy as a little girl?
Tina.
Tina.
Because she was so little.
Oh, you was a tiny
Tina. Yeah. Yeah, no.
Did you know your name? When did you finally figure out your name, Willie?
I thought I didn't know how to spell William till like 3rd grade. You were doing the standardized testing, and I spelled it Willam, and a teacher had to step in and be like, "That's not how you spell your name." I was like, "No, I'm pretty sure it is."
Didn't you go by Will I Am for a while?
I
And then
did.
it was stolen from you?
I did, yeah. That's
just ridiculous.
From the Black Eyed Peas. He took it from me.
What a jerk. So the point is, these dad jokes are fun. for kids because you're teaching them that they can't be.
That's not what that says.
You're teaching them at certain levels.
That's not what that says at all.
That you can live through certain levels of embarrassment.
No, but you didn't do conventional. You did jokes about dropping the soap when we were taking prom pictures.
You know, you've seen Deliverance, right?
Yes, you were.
No, she hasn't, Dad.
Let me tell you something. Thursday morning, we're taking pictures in Cincinnati for opening day.
Right.
There'll be a mumbling from the back. Oh, you remember Deliverance?
Yes.
Yeah, he does it every time we have pictures. Until someone.
It always gets a smile.
You end up in a court.
Yes,
you're going
an awkward, nervous smile.
that he's referencing the famous sodomy scene with Ned Beatty. Sorry. So anyway, this is what the Pull My Finger Research Institute.
You're a dangerous, dangerous person. You've passed menace into you're a true danger.
I see. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Now, we have...
Speaking of dads,
okay.
A Dutch sperm donor who fathered 550 children is being sued for increasing the risk of accidental incest. According to the Telegraph, the Netherlands Donor Kind Foundation is taking Jonathan Jacob Meyer to court to prevent him from donating any more sperm. Donor Kind said the 41-year-old musician who now lives in Kenya is on a Dutch donation blacklist but continues to donate abroad. They accuse him of not only approaching prospective parents looking for home insemination, but also lying.
Does home insemination mean
turkey
intercourse?
Yes, I think so.
You think?
Yes. I think he goes, hey, look, we can, you don't have to pay a lot for these medical professionals. I can just come on in and
I think
fill her up.
That's the implication.
No,
that's what I'm
would
reading.
think
Cut out the middleman.
Yeah.
I would think it would involve a turkey baster.
Let me get up in your wife.
I don't think so.
I'm going to get up in your wife? Is that what you said?
Yes. He's also been accused about lying about the number of children he has fathered. According to the newspaper, Dutch Sperm Clinic guidelines say donors should donate a maximum of 25 children or to 12 women, whichever comes first.
Or as I call it, one T-shirt.
To prevent inbreeding, incest, or psychological problems.
Oh, that kind of accidental incest.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, sorry, son. It's dark.
Yeah, very dark. This article goes on to show the odds of his children, if you will,
finding each other,
encountering one of the other ones are very, very high.
That's crazy. Yeah,
you've got 550 in the same town.
Well, and then you go all the way to Kenya just to get away from it. This guy's still there too. You can't go anywhere.
Yikes!
I wonder what kind of musician he is.
Probably a bass player.
You think?
Good with his fingers.
All that jazz,
and all that jazz.
Wow. Okay. Well,
good luck.
Good luck to you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And better databases, everybody, please.
Make sure you check before you take some rando's sperm.
I mean, I guess you can't put on a database this guy doing these home inseminations.
Yeah, but
there was a really famous case in the United States in which the sperm donor was found had to pay child support.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't done with
in a
the
clinic.
legal protocols.
Right.
So even though at the time, I guess, of the insemination, they had said, "Oh, no problem, you're not liable," and yikes. So be careful where you deposit, ladies and gentlemen. That's the use the night deposit of your local savings and loan.
Yes, there you go.
Good luck. There's one down the street. Used to be. Coming up in the news, Christy Lee.
Coming up, we still have our Topless Maid update. We have the 5 greatest poems ever written. And think twice before you wax your nose here.
Is beans the musical fruit on that list?
We'll find out.
All right.
No. And there's nothing with the word Nantucket. I'm quite surprised. And also we'll hear about the Topless Maid. She's back in the news. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. The show is also out there for you on our YouTube channel. Watch and subscribe.
It is a nice neighborhood, but we're on the backside of the South Pasadena, so a little close. So although it's nice, the crime starts just to the other side of us, and we had some police activity in our neighborhood not too long ago.
I see.
And obviously, a little scary. I'm supposed to be the defender of the home. Currently, with a vitamin D deficiency, it does take a little bit of the edge off your confidence.
Yeah.
Well, if someone breaks into your house, when your first concern is not the burglar, but did he leave the front door open so a strong wind could snap you like peanut brittle?
Sure, I understand.
But a buddy of mine, someone broke into his house, and he did not react the way he thought he was going to.
What did he do?
Well, what he did was he hid.
Oh, really?
And so now he got terrified. He wants to buy a gun to defend his home, and he's never used a gun before in his life. And I was trying to convince him. I said, you don't need a gun to defend you. If you're not a gun guy, what you need is a baseball bat.
Yeah.
The baseball bat is the perfect home defense weapon because any idiot can swing a baseball bat. Because you don't have to be baseball good. You just have to be pinata good is all you have to be.
That's right. That's right.
As a matter of fact, the more spastic and unstable you are, the deadlier you appear to the intruder.
Right.
Exactly.
A gun in and of itself is a dangerous weapon. You could be handling a gun and accidentally shoot yourself, but no one has ever been cleaning a baseball bat and accidentally beat themselves to death.
True enough.
If that does happen, that's an acceptable loss. Let that man go.
Yes.
That's very true.
Now, in my fantasy of, defending the home, is usually I'm kicking some serious butt, and then there's usually like a catchy phrase at the end. Tag it with something. Even if the guy's got his foot on my chest, I'll look up at him and say, well, I guess that was easier than even you anticipated.
James P. Connolly.
Hello, you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking.
Thanks so much for joining us on a Tuesday morning. Comedian Mort Burke going to be joining us, zooming his way in. His stand-up special, Spiritually Filthy, available on the YouTube channel today if you'd like to check that out. And again, you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. The reminder you need to know coming up this Friday, March 31st, and Saturday, April 1st, Greg Warren at Uncle Vinny's in Pleasant Point, New Jersey. Greg joined us on Monday with another edition of the Warren Report. That would be yesterday. His topic, pizza, for our friend Ace Cosby, who, of course, has 4 days to go in his pizza eating challenge. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner throughout the month of March. It's a pizza fest for Ace Cosby, and the best part, Tom's paying for it, and the other best part, Ace has yet to use a coupon for the month of March with his pizza purchases, and if you know Ace, he uses a coupon on everything, but not when Tom's paying for it. Pizza, pizza, pizza. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. A downloadable app that has been voiced by Star Wars actor Mark Hamill is triggered when air raid sirens sound in Ukraine now. He urges people with his grave but also calming baritone to take cover. He also tells them when the danger has passed by signing off with, "May the force be with you." California lawmakers yesterday approved the nation's first penalty for price gouging at the pump, voting to give regulators the power to punish oil companies for profiting from the type of gas price spikes that plagued the nation's most populous state last summer. California's gas prices are always higher than the rest of the country due to their state taxes and regulations and the fact that they require a special blend of gasoline that's better for the environment but more expensive to produce. And residents of Greenland have switched to daylight savings time and moved their clocks 1 hour forward for the very last time. Unlike most of Europe, Greenlanders will leave their clocks untouched come autumn when daylight savings time ends. That means Greenland will be 3 hours behind many other European countries instead of 4. Locals say it will benefit Greenland, a vast Arctic Danish semi-independent territory, by giving the country another hour in the day to do business with Europe. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now.
just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like bud, some like Schmitz, but for me,
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Joel Lindley is our guest. Now, do you drink at all?
I do drink.
Really? But that's got to be scary.
I went to buy beer the other day, and you know they sell non-alcoholic beer, right? Which is a good idea. But did you know they sell it by the keg?
I did not.
What kind of a loser consumes a whole keg of non-alcoholic beer? I mean, if you don't drink, fine. Have no duels, but don't do funnels. What are you going to brag to your friends the next day? Oh, dude, you should have been there. I mean, we were pounding that keg till 4 in the morning. Oh, I was so bloated. Then I drove everyone home.
Cool.
Yeah. There's a gigantic warehouse of stuff I don't get.
I can't
And they
understand
serve non-alcoholic beer there.
You know what?
Boy,
Another thing I don't understand? Hooters has food to go. Who the hell's that for?
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Boy, better get up, get some exercise.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
might as well shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
.com.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Willie Griswold is here.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
And Chick is reporting for duty from the OrangeInsoles.com sports desk. Don't forget the beautiful Bob and Tom home dual Pop-A-Shot game that we're giving away, along with that spectacular 45 Tundra Yeti King Crab Orange Cooler from OrangeInsoles.com. How do you win it? Well, you go to bobandtom.com/contest. A lot of mail here, a lot of topics to cover. First off, we had this news story about a guy that has donated, apparently fathered some 500-plus kids.
Boy, oh boy.
Back to that.
550.
Sperm donor, and they're not happy about it. There are too many of them out there. They're concerned about incest for obvious reasons. But we got this letter. Dear radio gods.
Oh, what show is this meant for?
I'm not sure. This comes to us from Richmond, Kentucky. Tony writes.
Tony.
Longtime listener. Josh's comment regarding the accidental incest made me spit coffee out of my mouth all over a patient's chart this morning.
Please don't encourage me.
Apparently, we were discussing the fact that the fact that all of this gentleman's seed had been spread all over town.
In the abstract, you might be killing people, Josh.
When Josh said, referencing accidental incest, Josh said, "Sorry, son." See,
it's just 2 words. It's amazing what context can do.
Yeah, that really isn't what he meant. You see, thank you, Tony, for taking the time to write it.
And thank you for being a medical professional.
Please clean up that chart. Stuffed pets. Again, I don't approve. Good morning, handsome gents and lovely lady. Well, thank you.
What do they want?
This is from Melissa, writing in Sharon, Pennsylvania.
Oh,
the Twin Cities, Sharon and share alike.
Right across the river. Oh, about that.
Good.
That'd probably make an athlete named after a city a little easier. Now that we know that Sharon,
Surprised
Pennsylvania.
that I said something enjoyable. Did you
No, I thought you were going to say the Twin Cities, Sharon and Tate. I thought you were going to go with the Manson. You were talking. You were talking about stuffed pets at the Warhol Museum in Pittsburgh. You can see a stuffed Great Dane named Cecil.
Oh, yeah?
It was allegedly procured by Andy Warhol in 1970 and was said to be owned by Cecil B. DeMille.
Wow. What a weirdo.
Well,
I guess it would be Cecil, not Cecil.
Trigger and Bullet are both stuffed at the Roy Rogers Museum.
Oh, that's right.
That's just creepy.
Can you get on them and take pictures and stuff?
I don't think he can ride them, no.
That'd be fun.
The Bullet was a little puppy dog, but...
Melissa writes on a side note.
Trigger's reared up, though. He looks like he's ready for anything.
Growing up, we had an Italian greyhound named Zickery, which is what a great name for
that
a
is
dog.
a good name.
Hey, Zick, that's a great
That's
name.
like a made-up word.
Yeah, I love that. He was a beautiful white and fawn color. My brother used to tease me and said he was going to make gloves out of him. He did not, but it, of course, left me childhood trauma. By the way, has Ace tried the Western Pennsylvania favorite? I'll need you to weigh in on this, Pat. I know you're an Eastern PA guy. Pierogi pizza.
I know pierogies, but not a pierogi pizza.
Mashed potatoes, cheddar and onions, and butter, sometimes with bacon.
Oh, wow.
That's probably 6 on every pizza delivery menu. Mashed potato pizza.
Again, as I've said before in reference to something
Just a farce.
a little deeper conceptually.
Just a giant farce.
As the great philosopher once said, your God is too small and your pizza God is too small, chick. You've got to be like me, expand your horizon.
Why didn't you just
more
say,
accepting.
Ace, eat anything you want for March? It's the same thing.
What did you have for breakfast this morning, Ace?
I had a great value pepperoni 3-minute pizza.
Oh, really? Oh. That sounds like a pizza to me, my friend.
Well, that's one. It's only the 28th.
Lunch today, Pizza King.
Yeah.
Pizza King rules. Oscar and I just got.
There's a reason he was elected king.
Why?
He had all
that his pizza's so good.
Oh.
I realized I did my coffee mug raise like my typical setup tell.
Yeah. Like when you move forward.
Yeah, that was okay. Here it comes. He's got the coffee mug up.
That was my
3, 2, 1, payoff.
So I can take the sip as you all laugh.
Okay, here we go. Well, I think the time has arrived.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
I'm a big Arnold Schwarzenegger fan. I've been collecting the collectibles lately.
Really?
I was at the store yesterday, and I asked the clerk where were the Arnold Schwarzenegger dolls. He said, I'll be back.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy, that was.
Oh,
no.
boy.
I like that one.
No, you didn't.
I'll be
back
in the back. Maybe if you didn't see the pointing to the back.
There's nothing that could have helped that other than rewriting it entirely.
There's only one thing that could help that, and that's if we were all eating Omaha Steaks during it.
Really? Give me a mouthful of ribeye. I'm laughing my ass off.
Spring into something delicious with the Omaha Steaks semi-annual sale. Save up to 50% off site-wide. Plus, when you use code BTS at checkout, you'll get an additional $30 off your order. Minimum order may be required. Thank you, Omaha Steaks. And
delicious.
My God.
Coming up Thursday morning, this show comes to you live from Cincinnati's Hard Rock Cafe. 21 and older, please, if you'd like to visit with us.
And we're all driving over together, right? In the same car?
Yeah.
No.
PT Cruiser.
Oh, yeah.
And our guests will include Donnie Baker.
Out for snacks.
Drew Hastings, Haywood Banks, Duke Tomato and the Power Trio, the Brass to Mouth Horns. Should be a great show. All guests subject to offered. Blah, blah, blah. Did I make that clear?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. Christy Lee's at the Bob and Tom News Desk. Have we missed anything?
Oh, we've missed a lot. Sammy, the topless maid, has shared some pros and cons from her work as a topless cleaner in the state of Florida.
Pros, money. Cons, the assaults.
She has the bodyguard, remember?
Oh, yeah.
She initially posted a short clip that revealed she was once booked by her uncle.
Oh, no. Accidentally?
In a follow-up video, she said she was a
he knew what he's
creepy uncle who purposefully booked her services.
Come on, man.
Sammy says she often searches the area around a client's home on Google Maps and recognized the house as her uncle's. When she texted him and confronted him about it, she says he tried to play it dumb, only to ask her to come over anyway.
Did we have Thanksgiving here?
Good old Uncle No Pants.
Apart from creepy uncles, Sammy said there are plenty of pros to her work, such as if you're an extroverted person, Sammy said you'll love meeting new people and hearing about their stories.
Okay.
Apparently, she talks to her clients.
Jeez.
Well, this one time I hired my niece.
She also says one of the pros to her job is the freebies. She said you'd be surprised how many people are willing to give you free stuff on top of a nice tip.
Like, yeah, I work for Spalding, and here's some tennis balls or whatever you want.
Spalding.
As
Get your
for-
foot off the boat.
Is there, she should go with a professional name like Dusty Hammers.
That's not bad.
You know, all the,
Yeah, sure.
she's dusting, kicking
Yeah.
up the. Never mind.
Call me Mrs. Feathermuff.
Some of the other cons of her job include safety, of course. She can be in jeopardy. That's why she has her security guard named Joe, who has saved her in a few instances. And your family might not be accepting of your work.
Or too accepting. I give you her uncle.
Uncle No Pants.
Yeah, though Sammy said her family has been more than supportive, with her mother making her some of her costumes and her father helping her with her website launch.
Isn't that nice? A family affair.
You know, Chicken, I'll tell you, we were there was a magazine floating around here that had the what was it called, like the Girl Next Door competition or something?
Okay.
Yeah.
Why drag me into
People
this?
would submit.
Hustler.
Although I might have brought it to your attention.
And it was sort of pre-selfie days.
Yeah.
And it would indicate who took the photograph. And there was a photograph so graphic of the front naughty that I think a gynecologist would look at it and say, I've never seen that before. In any event, whatever the...
Boy, there's a light. Was she yawning during this?
Whatever it was, the photograph had been taken by her mother.
Nice.
So,
Photo taken by her mother.
Yeah, so, hey, Mom, I'm going for beaver hunt this month. Can you grab the Nikon? I want to get
so proud.
Use the Leica, sweetie. The natural light makes it look so much sweeter. Coming up, we have the world's greatest poems, as determined by some poetry nerds. We'll find out what they are. I saw the list. Not impressed.
I bet I could name. I don't know.
I want you to see if you can name the top 5.
Oh, okay. I bet I can get at least 2.
How do I love these on there? It's got to be, right?
A little Barrett Browning. That has to be on there.
You'll see. We'll see. It's coming up. Also,
Double B.
Do you remember that movie
EBB?
where the guy was growing all the stuff on Mars? And
Yeah, The Martian.
is that what it was called?
Yes.
Okay, I forgot what it was called. It was the guy from Good Will Hunting, right?
Yeah, it's Matt Damon.
Oh, that's his
He
name.
played
Okay,
The Martian.
Yes.
Okay, good. There's a company that's trying to
It's only going to get worse, people.
develop. No, this is interesting. Building materials for outer space.
Oh, that's a growth industry, huh?
Well, they're going to need them someday.
Someday.
We're going to find out what they've come up with.
We
It's
kill
really-
our planet. We got to go somewhere.
Oh, for God's sake.
And also nose hair. Should you have them waxed out? We're going to find out. Coming up, comedian Mort Burke.
Yeah.
An old friend of Josh's and a super funny guy. We'll look forward to talking with Mort.
Josh recommended, huh?
So, I'll turn to Chris Lee right now with a quick question.
Yes, dear.
Are you getting married soon?
I am.
Oh, you got that one right. How about this one? What's your sleep number setting?
40.
40. What does that mean?
That means that side of the bed is a 40. You're going to ask what side it is?
No, I'm not going to get into your personal bedroom.
40 would be near the softer end, right?
He's at 100.
That's the firmest.
So he's like Chick McGee, likes
Yeah,
that
he likes it
firm
firm.
mattress. The Sleep Number bed, they have perfected the adjustable mattress
Was
among
that
many
sound
other
I
things.
heard him just cut me out of the sleep number bed spot? Is that what just happened?
Happened to be about a year ago.
Give me your disgruntled 100. What's your sleep number setting?
100. You're
What's
right.
yours,
Firm
Josh?
mattress.
65. Thank you for asking.
Right
See,
in
that's
the middle.
less helpful, really, when I'm trying to illustrate these distinct
I know you
differences
think that,
between
but
the
it's
two
not.
sides of the bed.
It's red to take it away from me.
You could you adjust it to the firm level that you like the most. Plus, the smart beds from Sleep Number will help you pick that number because 8 out of 10 people prefer a different mattress firmness. That's just part 1 of the Sleep Number story. They've got that perfected. Sure, they've got all kinds of other stuff involving the temperature you like to sleep in, et cetera, et cetera. So, choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number because you want to be at your best every day and you need proven quality sleep every night to get there. And now at Sleep Number's lowest price ever, you can save a staggering $1,200 on the Sleep Number 360 i10 smart bed. And for a very limited time, special financing is available subject to credit approval. Get the details at sleepnumber.com/BT show. That's sleepnumber.com/BT show. I know I love my Sleep Number bed. Coming up, comedian Mort Burke. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
Yeah, it is, and Donnie Baker is going...
Ow. Oh, back.
Oh,
hey, Josh. What's wrong?
My back is sore, my legs.
What's in your shoe?
Nothing. I mean, here, look, nothing.
Joshua, you have to have proper support. Orange insoles.
Orange insoles, you say?
Yeah, look.
Yeah, I see them.
Look at this. They're great.
Yeah. Orange insoles. I'll give them a shot.
Great. See you later, buddy.
Give it a... Yippee! I can mow and dance while I do it. Ha! No more pain. Thank you, orange insoles.
Josh, did you get orange insoles?
Jessica, I sure did. Thanks to orange insoles, I feel great.
Terrific. See you later.
Orange insoles. Feel better, do more. Win in regulation, and Montreal wins in a shootout, beating Buffalo 4-2. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Attention, Fergler shoppers. You need hardware, you need Ferglers. That's right, Fergler's Hardware Store. Fergler's dares you to beat their prices on anything in the store. That's right, Crazy Ernie's lost his mind and everything must go. Ladders, lumber, nails, including the kitchen sink. Fergler's Hardware Store, where you make out like a burglar when you shop at Fergler's. Free popcorn Mondays, free coffee Fridays, free parking. It's Crazy Ernie's going out of business sale. Everything must go. Fergler's Hardware Store. If Fergler's doesn't have it, you don't Fergin need it.
Hi, I'm Ernie Fergler.
He's Ernie Fergler. If you don't come buy some stuff today, he'll kick your ass. Be there.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 27 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time and saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
An overturned truck spilled 42,000 pounds of beer onto a West Virginia highway the day after Christmas.
Damn. I just picture hill folk crawling out of the ditch immediately. Like the second the beers hit, all of a sudden there's 30 people.
Oh, get him, Barry. Go and get him, grab him.
Give me that straw.
I mean, they didn't ship it in a big tanker?
No. You're thinking of gasoline.
Yes, gasoline goes in big tankers.
I've seen one filled with fat. It said, this fat is not edible. It's used for something else.
Non-potable fat.
Tanker. Here's one of the fattest things I've ever done.
Oh, God.
They once, somebody once put a sign on my back that said, this fat is not edible. It is just used for other uses. Is that what you wanted, chick?
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little. We want to look good in the painting.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Willie Griswold over there.
Good morning, man.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. Chick McGee, of course, at the orangeinsoles.com sports desk. We are going to hook up via Telstar with comedian Mort Burke.
Mortimer.
A friend of Josh's. So, Josh, it's on you.
Yeah, Mort, if you bomb, I'm like fired. So
it's a crazy angle, huh?
Yeah, I know. It's real.
How are you today, Mort?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Josh. Always real nice bringing the hot pressure for me.
Good joke, right?
Well, I'm going to start with kind of a curveball. I'm going to play something for you. I want to see if you can figure out what this is. This is probably the only time you've ever had an interview start with something this dumb, but you're welcome. Let's give this a listen, and here we go. Can you hear that? Is that playing now? Do you hear that, Mort?
Yeah, it sounds like tiny little circus music.
No.
It does sound like tiny little circus music.
Anybody know what it is?
Like a tiny circus.
Yeah.
No.
It's the theme.
Something I'd never listened to ever?
No, it's the theme from the great TV show Burke's Law.
Are you even familiar with that show, Morgan?
I've never even heard of that, and it's my last name.
So no one has referenced that.
Starring the great Gene Barry.
There's no reason you should know any of this.
He was an L.A. detective that drove a Rolls Royce. He was independently wealthy. Great show.
Great show.
What year?
What year?
I telling you, Mort.
Early 60s at the latest.
5 or 6 years now, when Mort's famous, and he produced the 2027 version of Burke's Law.
Oh, dude.
Oh, my gosh.
Starring
63 to 66, my
friend.
friend.
There it is.
Wow, it's a great show.
There you go.
Started in black and white.
Brought to you by Tommy Thompson's Cigarettes for Kids.
Tired of the same old thing after school? Try Tommy Thompson cigs.
Now with mercury.
Now, Mort.
Give your toddler some cocaine for the kid.
So that's officially 60 years old.
I'm sorry, but he left out the best part. He didn't drive the Rolls Royce. He was chauffeured to his crime scene.
Oh, okay. Even better.
So wasn't the chauffeur like Sebastian Cabot or somebody?
Was it?
Oh. I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, you're going back now.
I was trying to tie something in so we could remember Mort Burke's last name. You see, so
well, he's got a pretty. I mean, Mort. That's quite a name there, Mort.
Mort? Yeah, Mort. That's my real name is Mort, which is a ridiculous thing.
Is it short for Morton?
Yeah, it's short for Morton. And when I was like 20, my parents told me that they almost named me Dylan, which is the coolest name in the whole world. But they decided to go with Mort instead, which just don't tell me that. Why would you inform me? You know what I mean? That's like being like, hey, buddy, happy birthday. We almost got you this Porsche, but instead we got you this picture of a guy getting his penis crushed by a garage door.
I'd like to see that. Actually.
Is that in color or in black and white?
Porsche.
Yeah,
Porsche? Instead of the picture of the guy.
I think Morton Burke passes my test for naming kids, which is the Supreme Court test. You could be a Supreme Court justice today, Justice Morton Burke.
Yes.
Yeah, could, but he's
former stand-up comedian and now Supreme Court Justice Morton Burke.
Okay, and Mort has a new thing out there on YouTube. It's his stand-up special entitled "Spiritually Filthy." Where'd you video this thing?
We shot it out here in L.A. at the Yard Theater out here.
Oh.
In the yard.
That's a great title.
Okay.
Where the play happens. I don't know. That should be there.
Is spiritually filthy referenced during your set?
No, not specifically. It's like thematic. I keep it intellectual. I'm one of those smart comics.
Okay.
I've seen the special. It's not that smart.
Oh yeah, you only know that's sarcastic if you've seen it.
So you don't come out on stage to the theme from Burke's Law?
Oh, Tom.
Waiting for someone in the audience to scream out, "Oh my God!"
Actually, Tom, Mort is a hell of a skateboardy. Boardy. That's what they call them. Yeah. When you actually.
Oh, I didn't know it was called that.
We call them boardies.
When you're
This is the hippest group of people I've ever met.
Skateboarding.
It's only going to get worse.
No, and so the intro is him skateboarding around L.A. and yeah.
You just sounded like you were ratting on the skateboardy kid calls me nerdy. The skateboardy broke my glasses.
Wow. Did you see that thing last week where the
oh God,
the woman was in Brazil, skateboarded out of the back of an airplane?
Oh yeah,
pretty cool.
I did see. Now we're getting into my. Yes, I did see that. Letitia Buffani is her name.
Yes. And that does sound like a sex move. I gave her the old Buffani. She's going to be in a wheelchair for a week.
Or shampoo.
You know who hates that joke? Letitia.
Yeah.
She's a big fan of the show, so she's going to love this.
Yeah. So, Mort, your new comedy special is debuting on YouTube just today. Am I getting this right?
Yeah, that's correct. Today at 5 Pacific Standard Time.
All right.
AM or PM?
It's going to be PM, which I'm not sure. I'm not good with the time zone translation. I'm not sure what that is. I think it's 100 o'clock. I don't know.
Mort used to work, Tom, at a porno shop.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, in Chicago.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And now, was this a live?
Is that how you met him?
Was this Mort, was this shall we say, a wall with a hole in it? What's the word I'm looking for?
A glory hole? No.
A glory hole?
Yeah, no.
Dang. I'm getting Jeff Ross style roasted over here.
I'm sorry. Were you a clerk at a porno shop?
Yeah. I was a clerk, and I was one of my. I just love the titles of the movies. You know, that's the only fun you're having at a place like that. My favorite. I don't know. There's a bunch of really.
What was one that you rented yourself?
Yeah. You like this story?
Yeah, I do.
This is this is right before the internet. So I brought home a DVD one time called Art School Sluts.
Okay.
Which that just shows you my taste, which I stand behind that. I think that's a perfectly
No.
So I brought it home, and I was about to sit down and watch it in my DVD player and enjoy myself to these burgeoning young artists.
Yes.
And there was a truck outside, and it was playing this song super loud. I remember it very distinctly. Oh, what a night! It was like God was being sarcastic at me.
Wow. Did you have regular customers, and you'd recognize them, and when they would come in, would you say, "Oh, he's here. I know what he's into," and you'd direct them, "Hey, we've got something new from the Ass Jammer Twins over in aisle 7."
Yeah, here's the new releases, Dave. Good morning. How are you?
Ass Jammer Twins.
Was the idea for you to be sort of non-judgmental and not too friendly? I would think it'd be such a weird situation. You're not going to say,
It is weird.
You're going to love this one, sir.
Yeah, no, we were allowed to be as judgmental as possible.
It was the Ed DeBevics of porno show.
Yeah, just roasting and slamming everybody as they walk in. Hey, what's up, you sex-addicted pervert?
So we're speaking with comedian Mort Burke. Mort has his new comedy special coming out at 5 o'clock. I forget Pacific time or something. Today on YouTube, so be sure to watch it.
8 o'clock Eastern.
Mort, I'm a little. What percentage of your customers when you were working the porno shop were ladies? May I ask?
Exactly 0.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, I assume that's probably changed now with porno being so accessible on the internet. It's a little more inviting for the ladies and less embarrassing, I would think.
Potentially, yeah.
But I don't know. Has your interest in pornography been reduced now that you're an adult with a career of sorts, kind of moving forward? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm not that into it. And working there really does kind of like it. How do you say this? There's a lot less luster around it once you see 750-year-olds in a row.
Yeah, I worked at a spaghetti restaurant for several years, and I couldn't eat spaghetti for quite a while. I'm sure it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Do you ever get nostalgic for the good old days and go rent the Ass Jammer Twins?
See, that was kind of what was funny about Mort was never into it. It was literally a job for him. And I was kind of into it, and I was like, hey, man, I can't believe you got this lush job.
Yeah, it was like the chocolate factory for Josh. Couldn't believe it.
Did you tell your parents that you were working at a porno shop?
No, they're just finding out right now. My mom is currently just silently weeping.
We should have named him Dylan.
Yeah, what do you think's going to happen?
On that Porsche.
Yeah, Dylan Burke does sound like a private detective.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Mort, I'm very proud of you. You're 12 years sober, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you and I used to get in some trouble when you weren't sober. I don't know if you remember a particular party where there was a staple gun involved.
No, please continue.
We had a contest to see who could take a staple to the leg without.
Oh my gosh!
Without flinching.
What? Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, we were sick. I want to say this. I know he's a little bit of the butt of the joke sometimes on the show, and Josh, I just want to say this. He has always been the funniest person in the room, the nicest person in the room, and he has always, always, always looked 47.
True.
Thank you, Mort. Thank you.
Since day one. Just the doctor said to his mom the day he was born, congratulations, he's 47.
Excellent. Now, Mort, have you seen Josh lately with the full beard and the sort of the white whisk broom that is emerging from his lower lip?
Dude, he's like a wizened old hot daddy.
So now he looks 57.
He looks great. He looks like Santa's hotter brother.
And don't take this the wrong way, Mort, but you could play someone who was in his early 20s. You're very young looking.
Thank you. Yeah, I made a deal with Satan. No, I don't know.
Yeah, he's a terrific, good actor. You've been in the Mindy Project. You had a recurring role there, and
Drunk History, Workaholics.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm on this show right now called Mythic Quest on Apple TV, which is it's about gamers
with Rob McElhenney. You bet.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah, totally. I often get typecast as a nerd, which they don't understand. I'm really cool. I don't know how
Well, you're a skateboardy.
That's right.
I'm a skateboardy.
Okay, now I don't want to leave you, Mort, without even out obscuring myself. I think the Burke's Law theme was a pretty obscure touch.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I was a little boy when that show was on, and I just loved it. You know, how cool is this guy? He's got a Rolls Royce and he's a detective.
Yeah,
that was great. But I'm going
That's all it took back then.
Get more obscure here. Since you're a skateboarding guy of some, I understand, of some skill.
Yes.
Have you ever seen the video Skater Dater?
Wait, what is it? I've heard of it. What is it?
Skater Dater was one of the very first afternoon TV clips from the 60s. I think Dennis Miller may actually reference it in one of his, I think when I saw him do stand-up, I think he referenced it. It's incredibly obscure, but it was one of the very first sort of afternoon TV things.
1965, the world's first skateboard movie, it says.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you think that was going to be more current? 65 instead of 63? He'll know this.
I'm just asking. I just thought it'd be fun for him.
Can you just ask him about TV shows maybe made after Kennedy was shot?
Okay.
Maybe that can be
He's not wrong.
the era we aim for.
Now, are you still an avid skateboarder?
I roll around a little bit. I went skating yesterday, although I'm of the age now where it's more for like health and calisthenics, which is kind of sad. You know?
What is your best move, may I ask?
You know, I still got kickflips on lock, as the teens say.
I don't know what that means. Help me here.
All I can do I can flip the board once, basically, with my feet, which is kind of a miracle. I mean, I wasted my high school years learning it. So
cool.
Yeah.
Do you snowboard?
No, we look down on snowboarders.
Well, I do too, but I'm a skier.
Okay, we have something in common.
Finally.
Our guest is comedian Mort Burke, and Mort's new special will be streaming on YouTube coming up. It's called Spiritually Filthy. What else on this TV special are you ashamed of your parents seeing?
Oh man, the whole thing, just moment one to the close.
Now, do you warn them that it's coming? Do you say, hey, by the way, I've got this TV thing coming. There's a part in this you might find a little bit disturbing, or?
Yeah, I mean, I tell them you don't have to watch, you know. And I think my mom's cool. She's like, it's all right. She goes, you're an artist, which is not true, I don't think.
That's a good attitude. Now, are you aware, Mort, that your friend Josh Arnold once asked his parents to return a series of pornographic DVDs to a porno store because he had something else? What was the background on this?
I had to go to a party and they were dropping me off, and if those movies hadn't been returned, I was going to accrue some late fees. And so I said, hey, while you're dropping me off at the Johnstons, can you also take these back to Spanky's?
Spanky's.
Did you also go, I'm sorry I was born?
I mean,
I should have.
You have to know that his mother to this day can remember all of the titles, kind of sadly.
Yeah. Well, she looked at one and she looked at me and she goes, so what exactly is unnatural sex? That's anal, Mom.
Oh, boy.
Anal, Mom.
Okay.
Hey, Mort, good talking to you, sir. Don't fall off your
thanks so much for having me, guys.
We'll see you.
Mort.
Thank you so much.
Love
Yeah,
you.
can't wait to see your special.
Once again, it's called Spiritually Filthy, and it's on YouTube starting later today, so that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much. We got a lot of other stuff coming up of interest.
Hey, you know that when your body's not aligned, it may experience more fatigue or injuries from your feet to your back. You're sitting there going, why does my back hurt? Why does my ribs hurt? Well, what happens if a house is built on a poor foundation? That's right. It's not level, and you're going to have hip pain, foot pain, lower back pain. That's why you need orange insoles and that deep heel cup for maintaining proper weight distribution and body alignment. Most shoes don't come with a supportive insole, and companies just put a thin layer of foam that's basically a thicker sock. That's absolutely a joke. Check out orangeinsoles.com, easy to navigate website. You can find the right pair of orange insoles for whatever activity or shoe, whether it's work boots, tennis shoes, cowboy boots, even dress shoes. Plus, Orange Insoles has the 60-day We Want You to Be Happy guarantee. Head on over to orangeinsoles.com for free shipping. And right now, when you sign up for text messages from Orange Insoles, you'll also receive an additional savings code. Check out orangeinsoles.com today. Get proper support in your shoes and start feeling better. That's orangeinsoles.com, proud supporters of the Bob and Tom Show.
I just Googled Burke's Law. It says people who enjoyed this show also enjoyed...
A fugitive.
Who knew? When we come back...
It's my fault.
Here's a stumper for the police. I'm not kidding you. It says 150 reptiles and a dead body found in home.
Oh, how'd he die?
They're not saying. Oh. We'll find out what that's all about. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
A Vietnamese man who was thought to have had the world's longest hair has died. Had that word been penis, I think it would have been a much more interesting story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just
change it.
Do the story and use penis.
It's creative licensing. You want me to, wherever the word hair is, say the word penis?
There you go. Now we're on to something.
Okay.
It'll be
fun.
Don't
use the word penis. Use the word
Johnson?
Wang?
Wanker?
Wang?
Yeah, Wang. He's Vietnamese. Go ahead.
Yeah, Wang.
The exact length of Tran Van Hay's
Wang.
Could I read the story?
Sorry.
That's not correct.
That's not correct?
Can I read the story, please?
Go ahead.
Now you know how I feel.
If you'd let me finish, you'd.
No, we're not.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Why are you looking at me snottily? She's running her pie hole over there.
If you'd let me finish, you'll find out why.
All right.
The exact length of Tran Van Hay's unwashed.
Unwashed. You know what?
You know what?
You just can't resist, can you?
You did just jump in a little easy.
Let me tell you what.
I am not going to let him
Can
get
I
this
tell you
story.
something? This will be. I apologize. You were exactly right.
See, if I say the exact length of Tran Van Hay's
Can you read that sentence again, please? Go ahead, read it again.
I totally, completely
Read it again.
We're now, once again, we are substituting the word wang for the word hair.
All right.
I am reading word for word.
Go ahead.
The exact length of Tran Van Hay's unwashed dong. I'm sorry. The exact length of Tran Van Hay's unwashed wang was unclear. But some estimates
all the dirt on it.
Some estimates put it as long as 6.8 meters. Now, Christy, that's
6.8
It's like 18
meters.
that's
feet.
like 20 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my.
/contest. Sign up to win.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Gwyneth Paltrow's attorneys expected to call a series of experts and read depositions from her two teenage children as the trial over her 2016 Utah ski collision with a Utah man enters its sixth day. He claims Paltrow's reckless skiing left him with lasting injuries and is asking for more than $300,000 in damages. The origin story of the iconic computer game Tetris is a lot more thrilling than you might think. It involves border crossing, authority dodging, underhand deals, putting your house on the line, and finally trying to secure the rights for the game behind the Iron Curtain. Now it's a movie. You can see it starting March 31st on Apple TV Plus, starring Taron Egerton. And Whitney Houston's talent was rooted in gospel music. Many of you know that. Well, now her family, led by her sister-in-law Pat and brother Gary Houston, want the foundation of her musical legacy to continue to live on through a new posthumous gospel album and documentary under the same name, I Go to the Rock, the Gospel Music of Whitney Houston. That album is available now, and you can find the documentary. It will be released on home video soon. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
My Uncle Jinbug used to tan deer hides regular.
Oh.
But he just didn't do deers. He did deers, goats, and even possums. Possum's good meat if you take your time with it. Most people have no idea how to prep it good. But the fact remains, if you get a healthy possum, you clean it, remove all the babies, get your crock pot, low and slow, one Vidalia onion, you gut it, that possum will make its own gravy for you.
Okay, I've had enough.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Bob and Tom, all the time, in your ear.
Time now for Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
The 1972 Miami Dolphins became the first NFL team to go undefeated for all of their regular and postseason games. Most analysts agree that their marvelous no-name defense was the key to their brilliant performance. But perhaps no other defense in the NFL compares to the one seen in 1994 when O.J. Simpson faced double homicide charges in an L.A. courtroom. We salute you, Orenthal James Simpson, NFL Hall of Famer, accused murderer, and free American citizen.
This has been Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Pizza Hut, apparently, is going to start delivering cold beer along with their food.
No kidding.
Why? They started the testing beer delivery program in Phoenix, Arizona.
And it passed with flying colors.
Yeah, everyone took it.
Yeah.
So how do you prove that you're of illegal age?
The company told Fortune magazine it plans to expand that.
I'd like a large pizza, please.
And 40 beers.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom.
Et cetera, et cetera.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee over there at the old news desk.
Hey.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
Hi, Josh. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
What's up?
I'm Chick McGee, and here's my buddy, Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much.
My buddy.
Just a little research. We were talking to Mort Burke, comedian. Mort's new comedy special will be airing on YouTube beginning sometime later today.
Tonight at 8 o'clock.
And we referenced, of course, the TV show Burke's Law. I didn't know they revived it in the mid-'90s.
They did?
That's impossible what you're saying.
Yeah, with
Even
Gene
if you're
Barry.
talking about the revived version, that's still too old.
Of course.
30 years old.
I just wanted Mort to realize that his name is out there in the world of showbiz. Now, we have...
I'm sure he appreciates it.
Mr. Godwin is in the next room. I should point out this. Pat Godwin, Josh Arnold, and Kostaki Economopoulos will be descending upon the great city of Saginaw, Michigan at the Dow Event Center this Friday night. That will be great. Pat's also going to join us Thursday morning in Cincinnati, Ohio, for our special event at the Hard Rock Casino. You're welcome to come. It's free. We'll be there starting at 6 o'clock Eastern time, and it will feature, among others, in theory, Drew Hastings, Donnie Baker, Duke Tomato and the Power Trio, the Brass to Mouth Horns, Haywood Banks, et cetera, et cetera. So we're certainly looking forward to that. I guess we'll get a new story out of Christy, then a song from Mr. Godwin. Does that sound good?
Sure. Poetry has the power to evoke deep emotions within us about life, love, or loss.
That's wonderful.
12 literary experts have selected the best poems of all time.
I've written down what, it's 5?
Yes.
I've written down what I think they are.
You weren't on this board, though, right?
No.
You give me your 5, and I'll tell you if it's on there.
Okay.
Number 5.
The Raven.
That's number 1 on our list.
Wow. Oh. So they're ranked?
Yeah.
Like that? Okay. I also, that Robert Frost, Road Less Traveled or whatever.
The Road Not Taken, number 3.
Road Not Taken.
I remember that one. Whose horse this is, I think I know.
Yep.
Shakespeare's.
All women are in the village, so.
I'm going to say.
My little horse must think me queer.
I think it's Sonnet. It is Sonnet. Sonnet 18.
Number 2 on the list.
For those of you, it's the Summer's Day. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?
Yes.
It's got to be my favorite. I also, a chick said this, and I agree. How Do I Love Thee by Elizabeth Barrett Brown.
That's number 5 on my list.
And then I have Ode on a Grecian Urn by John Keats.
That's the only one you missed.
Oh,
that's pretty good, Josh.
Right?
That is very good, Josh.
Are any of my favorites on there? Any like Hawthorne or Silverstein or Seuss? You got any? Good
No,
stuff over
Dr.
there?
Seuss.
Some Seuss should be, shouldn't it?
It's great.
I'm a seafaring pirate named Dave. Is that on there?
Is that
on there anywhere?
Nantucket.
No, The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe was voted the best poem ever written.
Boo.
And then Sonnet 18, number 2, Shakespeare and The Road Not Taken, number 3. But a Psalm of Life, Longfellow, was number 4.
Oh, boy.
What about Barnacle Bill, the traveling sailor?
Barnacle Bill.
there anywhere?
No Dylan Thomas?
No
And no Beans, the musical fruit.
No Beans.
Classics.
No.
Ickle Me, Pickle Me, Tickle Me Too.
No Be Kind, Rewind. That's a classic. That's one of the most famous poems of all time.
Sure.
If not the most,
Is that, what's the difference between a poem and a limerick?
there's a certain...
Isn't there doesn't a limerick have to be a certain number of syllables or something?
Yeah, I don't know the exact.
Because
limericks usually
Be
like drunk
Kind,
guys.
Rewind sounds like it would be a limerick or something. Like it should be not really a poem.
That's what's a poem. And poems don't have to rhyme.
No,
That's true.
no, they sure don't.
No, when we did poetry in grade school, and then they got to the poems that don't have to. That's no. Have some rules. Give me some rhymes in there. Give me some structure. I don't want any of these
Where does your
rules and
sentence
structure are
end?
there. You're just not aware.
hated
No, I don't want any hippie poems. I want there to be rhymes. It should be like a fun song for everybody to sing.
No Rod McEwen.
Yeah, the earth so soft on the like a pastry.
Oh, I love that one.
On the ocean's end.
That is beautiful.
Colon and punctuation.
That's Morrison.
Semicolon.
That's Jim Morrison.
No, I want to have a fun time and I want it to rhyme. Otherwise, it's a crime.
Your mounds remind me of edible donuts.
What?
Your mouth's filled with the jellies.
I like to shave the jelly off with my eyeball.
That's very good.
Are you ad-libbing?
No, that's Robert Frost. As I said before,
somebody write that down.
My little horse must think me weird.
Pat, do you have a poem song?
No, I don't think I do. I have a song for your future husband, though.
Oh, God.
Once again, in case you missed this, Christy Lee has announced her engagement. She's getting married to the very handsome Andy. After you've been single for 16 years.
Andy!
About time you got hitched. And
yeah, you want to have babies, you got to get married.
Yeah, wait till you guys. You're going to go nuts when we announce that part.
Andy! Andy!
Oh, yeah.
God.
You shall love your Christy Lee. Oh, but Andy, she don't eat candy. Maybe half a Twix on Halloween. She's a radio superstar, selling homes and buying cars. Gets up at 4, she's sleep deprived. Oh, but Andy, she can be cranky. Working with a bunch of us prickly men. Oh, but Andy, you can still run. Andy.
Run like the wind.
Just kidding, we're happy for you. And we'll call you a friend. Andy.
that is so sweet.
That is sweet.
Is it accurate that that's your least favorite Rolling Stone song?
Yes, I despise that song.
If not your least favorite song.
No, there's
simply not good.
Yeah, when I used to paint houses, if that would come on, I would climb down the ladder and turn it off.
It's a weird song.
We lost our minds when that came out. Oh, they're doing a ballad.
I lost my interest in the Rolling Stones.
Didn't was that on the same album? Was it Goat's Head Soup? Am I getting all that?
The cover of Goat's Head Soup says it all. Incredibly embarrassing cover with crap inside. So.
It's like this
Sympathy for the devil,
cheesecloth
right?
over Mick, and he's has lipstick on or something.
That's terrible.
I'm just glad you didn't have any hand in any of that.
Hey, look,
being creative.
Give me sticky fingers any day. Mick Taylor.
Mick Taylor, worst thing to happen to that dude.
Oh, their best albums feature Mick.
Well, we'll come back with Rolling Stone fighting in a minute.
Okay. No, I despise that song.
Well, I thought that was a beautiful song.
It was a very good parody.
Yes, that was a nice
I
parody.
knew Tom hated it.
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed your parody.
Yes, okay.
I hope Andy heard it.
It's useful.
It has a nice ending.
Now I'm going to have to get that earworm out of my head.
Oh, so what are you going to play now? Burke's Law?
Oh, the Burke's Law thing. Now we're talking. We have a really interesting story about something that happened with a plumber. That I think you're going to enjoy when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Hey, Bob and Tom, this is the Static Shack. This is a real recording studio. All this stuff is paid for, and this is basically where bands come in, record their tapes so that they can play their tapes on the radio and stuff. I could have had a recording studio. It's nice, too, but I got a boat instead. And my band's coming here. What?
Can I get some help, man?
Dusty, I'm the lead singer. I mean, I'm kind of busy, plus I'm taking my break now. If you need help, I'll get a girl to join the band. Basically, you have to have an audition couch in a studio. It's state law. That way, anybody that comes in knows that they're trying out, knows it's going to be a fair chance. I'm basically auditioning backup singers right now. Just call my pager. Pretty sure we can make it happen. I swear to God we can. This is my favorite part of the recording studio. Not every band has this. We got Goldschlagers. Look at that Goldschlagers. We got Funyuns, and we got Jaegers. It's the lead singer salad bar. I love Goldschlagers. Goldschlagers is basically the only liquor invented that looks like it has goldfish turds floating around. But the fact remains, that's 14 karat gold. But you drink all of this, you can crap a promise ring. Bob and Tom, this is called the Control Panel Console Operation Board. I probably know more about this stuff than anybody I know of. Me and Angel Skinner did it on here once. I swear to God we did. We had to stop, though, because her butt kept getting feedback.
Late night party at the pizza barn. Have no idea if you get this hard. $80 tab, try to split it 4 ways, but that don't work when the drummer never pays. Scotty got the pizza, boner bought the beer, then our waitress says, "Are we finished here?" Let me put the tip in, 'cause you're so hot. Let me put the tip in, I swear to God. Let me put the tip in, I love your hair. Let me put the tip in, it's only fair. I swear to God I'm the best tipper. I lay it right here on the table to prove it. Long dark hair hanging down her back, had asked for days causing a pork attack. So fire-ass hot, she should be on stage. A meat lover's dream, making minimum wage. Let me put the tip in, come over here. Let me put the tip in, get your beer. Let me put the tip in, I swear to God. Let me put the tip in, check out this wad. Hey, that's only 10%, baby. Look, you want to see a little more? There's 20% right in your face. I swear to God, you have to accept my tip. It's state law. Now, when I know how to set the mood, baby, how about a guitar solo? No, not the whole thing, just the tip. Scotty Winkler! Let me put the tip in, I swear to God. Let me put the tip in, give me the nod. Let me put the tip in, let's try your card. Let me put the tip in, or the salad bar. Let me put the tip in, baby. You'll always come out ahead. I swear to God you will.
Corn and soybean fields in the flatlands of the Delta. Many people live paycheck to paycheck working jobs in agriculture. Sharkey's poverty rate, 35%. Humphrey's at 33%. That compares with about 19% for Mississippi and under 12% for the entire U.S., to put it in perspective. Yesterday, the Mississippi Emergency Management Agency revised the state's death toll to 21, down from 25. That's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like his dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
They put the F in professional.
Time now for great moments in NFL history.
The year was 1926. All-star fullback Ernie Nevers of Stamford. Nevers played in all but 29 minutes of the games. 3 years later, in 1929, Nevers scored all of the points for his team. This single game 40 points scored by a single player is still a record that stands today as the NFL's oldest. Nevers also holds a few lesser-known and unofficial records.
Oh, really?
Such as highest number of STDs treated in a single season. And the longest winning streak with road horse.
This has been great moments in NFL history.
Wow.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Well, internet porn.
Oh.
Well, there's photography.
You know, people don't go, photography. People don't go to porn shops anymore.
No?
You know, because of the internet.
Oh, that's
But I think you missed out on the social aspect.
Is there a social aspect to that?
Yeah, well, you avoid eye contact. Try to hide your titles. Tranny. Oh, no, I was working on my car. The other day, though, I was watching gay porn.
Uh-oh.
No, wait, I'm sorry. I was watching pro wrestling.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on the news desk.
Yeah, baby, I'm right here.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chick.
There's Ace Cosby.
Chick.
There's Willie Griswold.
Chick, sir.
I'm Chick McGee at the Orange Insole Sports Desk, and here's Tom.
Oh, that's right. Don't forget you could win that beautiful Orange Insoles cooler.
Right.
Technically, it's the 45 Tundra Yeti King Crab Orange. That's the one everybody wants. And you can put ice in that baby on a Monday and go visit it on Friday, and there's ice in there still. That's how good that thing is. I'll also remind you that we're giving away the bobandtom.com dual Papa Shot. This Christy doesn't know this yet, but for her wedding gift.
Oh, do we get one?
And we're having it bolted to the floor of your living room. So you can't do something like, pretend it's, I really like it, but we had to move it to the basement.
I think I know Christy pretty well, and if you bolted a Papa Shot to her living room floor as opposed to the rec room,
sure,
she would sell her house.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I don't need much of a push on that, you know.
Is there a book out there of the weirdest houses that people...
Oh, absolutely. They have a whole, I think Zillow has the weirdest houses for sale right now.
So a friend of mine got a house. What is it called when you can walk downstairs and it opens up to the...
like a tri-level?
Do you mean a basement?
No, except the basement opens up onto the outside.
A walkout basement.
Walkout basement. Yeah.
I wonder what
house on a hill.
Yeah. Some friends of mine, it's built on a hill. It's about one of those, and it had 2 hot tubs that seat more than 8 people in the basement, and that's all the entire basement taken up by hot tubs.
They had a party room.
Yeah. There's a very complicated long story involved.
No crazy sex going on there.
No, that's not an orgy basement.
6-person shower. Yeah, there have to be.
There's that house in Broader Place near here. Yeah, that used to be a
swingers place.
I mean, I know that there are houses that have a built-in basketball court.
Oh yeah,
cool stuff like that.
Oh yeah. There's houses that look like caves, like the Flintstones house.
God, I'd hate that.
Unless it had the talking appliances.
Why would you hate
It's
that?
a living.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Why would you hate the Flintstone house?
I don't like.
What about the houses that are built into the ground that are like
Nope.
Like the Lord of the Rings things?
Yeah.
The Shire houses?
Like Hobbit houses.
No.
They have them.
No thanks. Oh, I'm sure. Just
energy efficient.
Just thinking of Papa Shot built into the living room.
Chick, what would you most like to have in a house? Something like a Papa Shot or like
I don't know, probably a pool table. Maybe a dartboard. Nothing.
Pinball machine.
Nothing crazy. A couple pinball machines. That'd be fun. Yeah, sure.
In the movie Mr. Deeds, he has a series of water fountains that have Hawaiian punch. And I always thought that was super cool.
That's a very young billionaire type thing.
Or like to have like a soda gun next to your bed, so you could have like a Dr. Pepper right before bed. That'd be nice.
Every dentist agrees.
Yeah, someone probably does have that.
Yeah.
What would you like, or do you
a bowling
have?
alley? I'd like maybe 2 lanes.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you have the machine that brings it back and the whole thing, or is it?
Yeah, it would be fully
Hey,
automated.
you wouldn't want to go down there and set your pins back up.
See, that's no fun.
You don't have to hire a guy. Hey, Steve, can you be over at 8:30? Yeah, we're going to play. Okay.
I don't know what you said, but it sure sounded to me like Steve was not happy about work.
Yeah, he's on call. Your bowling guy on call. Christy Lee is at the Bob and Tom News Desk. What's happening there?
Health experts are advising people against getting their nose hairs waxed.
Really?
Dr. Max Malik, the medical director and founder of Cosmetics Clinic, says that nose hairs play a vital role in lung health as well as our overall health.
Not to mention the fact that it hurts like insanity when you.
Yeah, you've had that done, haven't you?
They did that here to me
Yeah.
one morning. I'll never do that again. That really hurt.
He explained nasal hairs like an air filter for your lungs. It lets fresh oxygen in while keeping dirt, bacteria, and toxins out.
Tom, when
That's
they
why
pulled
you
that
get boogers, right?
Q-tip out of your nose after they had waxed, it looked like you dropped a lollipop on a husky.
Yeah, it was rough.
Waxing inside the nose can also increase a person's risk of ingrown hairs and skin damage, which in turn increase the risk of infection. Plucking hairs can result in the same issues. So, what do experts advise?
Weed whacker.
That's right, trimmers.
There it is. You got to do something.
Didn't Haywood used to have a song about that?
Because if your nose hair comes out and it's part of your mustache, you might want to get a hand.
Yeah. You didn't like the nose hair trimmer song?
Turbo nose hair trimmer?
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't even remember it. That's how I know he doesn't like it. We haven't played it since I've been here.
Being fiscally conservative, my friend, is what I'm all about. Squeeze a dollar so hard makes George's wooden teeth pop out. But something happens to me when I step onto a plane and open up that Sky Mall magazine. My heart starts a spinning, my heart skips a beat. I reach for the phone stuck in the back of the seat. I bought a surgical stainless steel turbo nose hair clipper. $59, a turbo nose hair clipper. Shipping and handling, a turbo nose hair clipper. Platinum finish, a turbo nose hair clipper. Well, now maybe it's the vertigo or maybe claustrophobia. 30,000 feet of pressure on my frontal lobia. Well, my eardrums squeeze and it muffles out the sound. I start to think about buying stuff I wouldn't look at on the ground. The night vision goggles, the electric muscle twitcher, and even that computerized cat box snifter. I bought a surgical stainless steel turbo nose hair clipper. A $59, a turbo nose hair clipper. Ergonomically guided, a turbo nose hair clipper. 6,000 RPM, a turbo nose hair clipper. A dual headlamps, a turbo nose hair clipper. A platinum finish, a turbo nose hair clipper.
There you go.
That was really produced for a song you hated.
Yeah, you sweetened it and everything. Took it right into the studio, didn't you?
I thought a little post-production might save it. I was wrong. Nothing like that out of tune.
I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated he messed up in the same exact spot twice. That's amazing.
I know.
It's interesting. I'd forgotten about two things.
What?
The Sky Mall magazine,
Sure.
A, and B, there was a brief period in which on an airplane, the seat in front of you had a phone built into the
Couldn't
back.
believe that when I first saw it.
And
That's where I'm calling from.
Yeah, I think the chick just took the words right out of my mouth. That was the first thing everybody did.
And then it cost you about $80.
Oh, but it was worth. Guess where I am? I'm on an airplane.
You saw. I never saw a person use one.
I never used
I
one.
did it once.
Wow.
You did?
Yeah.
I
Pretty cool. And it had the credit card slider right there.
Yeah.
What did they do with? I mean, are all of those?
Did they have to replace the entire seat? Do you think?
I don't.
Wow.
That would have been so expensive. Who knows?
Maybe they just took it out and put a panel there.
Yeah, it was
I
the
don't
plastic
know.
part right in front.
The answer to that question for all that stuff is a warehouse in New Jersey.
Why New
It's like at the end of Raiders.
Because that's where
Top
everything goes.
Is Sky Mall still on a plane?
I was just going to ask the same question.
I haven't seen a
I don't
Sky
think
Mall
so.
magazine.
That's
Oh,
when
it is.
almost no one shopped on a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But they had a lot of really useless stuff that you would buy.
Oh, sure.
The frog that you put in your water feature out back. The shoot water out of its mouth for $99.99.
The little Bigfoot like stone that you'd put in the garden.
Oh, yeah. It was Bigfoot out in the bag. Yeah.
Now, what is this article about not having your nose hair waxed, but you're supposed to trim it back?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel? Let's just say you knew somebody, Christy, that had excessive nose hair.
You can't stop staring at it for
Do you
one.
say something? What is the...
Depends on who they are. Would you say something?
Do you give them a nose hair clipper and go, hey, this is a fun thing?
A fun thing. I think you say something, but you're right, Christy. It depends on who it is.
Right.
Somebody you just met, you can't do that.
I'd tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody in
Hey,
here,
you might want to go ahead and...
And Tom, there is a Sky Mall online store.
Oh, there is? Okay.
I have to trim a lot. I have gray nose hair. And so if I don't trim, it looks like I have other things in my nose.
Boogers?
Yeah. So it's like, oh, I got it.
Oh, you mean, don't you yell, hey, you got bat in the cave. That's what I always say.
Oh.
Bat in the cave.
Wow, okay. Well,
see, your nose is a cave, and booger's a bat. See, bat in the cave.
Of course. It's a fun way to say it.
Yeah, bat in the cave.
Folksy.
I thought it was a lot funnier.
A special edition of this show coming up Thursday, live from the Hard Rock, Cincinnati, Ohio. 21 and over, please, if you'd like to come visit us. We'll have the special commemorative poster.
Yeah, the toddler roulette wheel's not ready yet, so...
We'll be celebrating the opening of the Major League Baseball season. Our guests will include Haywood Banks.
Yes. Reds and the Pirates, I think.
Theoretically, it'll include Drew Hastings, Donnie Baker, Duke Tomato and the Power Trio, the Brass to Mouth Horns. Patty G's going to play some music for us.
Oh, I sure hope so.
Thanks for the warning.
While we're there, yeah, we should play some of the classics, Pat. Once again, Pat is a finalist in the International Songwriting Competition Comedy Division.
Thank you.
She's won several times before. Haywood has also won that
one time,
and so we'll see. Good luck with that. So you've won it more than once.
Yeah, 3 times.
Okay, 3 times.
Hey, but who's keeping? No one should be keeping track. It's just an honor to be now nominated.
Sure.
The one time I was second, Tom told Haywood to enter that year.
Yeah.
And he won with Toast. Probably the best song of all time.
And I need to get Haywood to enter again, but
no, don't do that.
Getting Haywood to do anything, I don't have that kind of time anymore. I have dogs.
No, let Pat. He's gonna have 4 rings like Steph Curry, man. This is cool.
Yeah,
Go all the way.
Yeah, no, congratulations. That'll be great. So, Pat, we'll do some of the classics then?
Sure.
Can we do that on Thursday?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay, good. Maybe a big sing-along with Gangsta Folk. I love that one.
Okay.
Certainly a classic. Now, you want to tell me what's coming up, Christy Lee?
We have cosmic concrete in the news. We have a missing plumber. We have a guy found with 150 snakes. He's dead.
Oh.
And we have another guy who's rightfully so being charged for beating a shark with a hammer.
You can't do that.
No.
The guy that was found dead with 150, whatever they are, snakes.
Reptiles, yeah.
And the police aren't saying the cause of death, but there was like a black mamba in there.
Yeah.
Really? Do we need a detective?
I don't know what happened to him. He was filled with little holes, but we don't know what's going on.
Okay. Right now, let's talk about something delightful in the springtime. Of course, I'm talking about great eating, great cooking outside. Nothing better to barbecue than some great burgers from Omaha Steaks or just some great steaks. Tell me more, Josh.
That's exactly right. The steak experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to spring into something delicious. Why, it's their semi-annual sale, ladies and gentlemen. Don't miss out. Go to omahasteaks.com. Because right now, 50% off site-wide. Grab all your favorites, the perfectly aged, tender steaks, ocean-fresh seafood, juicy burgers, incredible air-chilled chicken, decadent desserts. Oh, what a perfect way to cap off your meal with those caramel apple tartlets. I love them. They brown up perfectly in the oven. They're the perfect combination of sweet and pastry and... My gosh, you put a dollop of whipped cream on that or some vanilla ice cream, and you have yourself a wonderful end to a wonderful meal. That's omahasteaks.com. Use code BTS at checkout. Take advantage of this deal. Omaha Steaks is ready to ship your order right away. Plus, you're going to want to hurry because 50% off site-wide is only happening for a limited time. Don't miss your chance to save. That's omahasteaks.com. Code BTS at checkout. Get an additional $30 off when you shop their semi-annual sale today. Minimum order may be required, Tom, but you know how it is. You're going to want everything.
Don't forget Josh's famous poem. Josh will get on you if you don't order that lasagna. Oh, it's tasty. When we come back, we have concrete in space and a bizarre story about a missing plumber. Really odd. They had to call the cops. We'll find out why. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Is anybody more excited than the start of Major League?
If you work on your feet all day, maybe you're a teacher, a waiter, a doctor, a nurse. Oh my gosh, you're running back and forth all the time. Maybe you're Noah back here that's working this camera who's running around. You need orange insoles in your shoes. The running shoes, insoles, a little floppy. Look at that. Sturdy, hold you up, support your weight. The proper way. OrangeInsoles.com. Check them out. Plus, you can win this Yeti. Think of all the things you can do with this. First off, you're going on your wonderful hikes and you can't wait to get back to your campsite, camping in the beautiful wilderness. And your river rat friends are not going to be able to steal this Yeti cooler because you'll be able to see it. Check them out today, OrangeInsoles.com. Feel better, do more. You get free shipping in the U.S. Plus, they have bundle and save options, so save some money. And if you sign up for text messages, you're going to get 10% off your entire order. Why are we still here?
Hikes that plagued the nation's most populous state last summer. California's gas prices are always higher than the rest of the country due to their state taxes and regulations and the fact that they require a special blend of gasoline that's better for the environment but more expensive to produce. And residents of Greenland have switched to daylight savings time and moved their clocks 1 hour forward for the very last time. Unlike most of Europe, Greenlanders will leave their clocks untouched come autumn when daylight savings time ends. That means Greenland will be 3 hours behind many other European countries instead of 4. Locals say it will benefit Greenland, a vast Arctic Danish semi-independent territory, by giving the country another hour in the day to do business with Europe. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Greg Warren, former state champion wrestler. You're the son of a wrestling coach. Now, I assume your dad was also your wrestling coach. Is that correct?
Yes, he was. He was a high school wrestling coach. So I wrestled, and my mom was into music, so I played the clarinet in the band, which they made fun of me, especially the guys on the wrestling team, especially my best friend, Huey Baker. He was a black guy. He's one of those guys that would just get a hold of something and never shut up. And like, look at Greg, man. Greg played a flute. It's a clarinet, Huey. It's a flute, Greg. You a flute man. Look at little flute man, Greg. Flute your flute, Greg. Little flute man, Greg. He'll be on the bus going to a match. He'll be real quiet, and all of a sudden you hear, hop, 2, 3, 4, what the hell we fighting for? Flute man. It's embarrassing when you're out there wrestling and you hear, hit him with your flute, Greg.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
A little bit of Parmesan's all I need. A little bit of cash from Tommy G. A little tomato dried in the sun. Extra mozzarella just for fun. A little bit of garlic and diced ham. Kiss me, I'm your mattress salesman. That's a little inside joke there, dude.
Mattress salesman.
Hi. Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're not helping the show where you're going. We don't want to go.
You think that you're a cut-up. We wish that you would shut up, 'cause you're not helping the show. You're not helping the show. Where you're going, we don't want to go. Your moment of enjoyment will lead to unemployment, 'cause you're not helping the show. Don't you see, Chick McGee? Your career needs a plan B. You're not helping the show. Where you're going, we don't want to go. Bob and Tom are seething. It's time that you were leaving, 'cause you're not helping the show.
Bring it home.
No, you're not helping the show.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello there.
Ace Cosby's here. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Chick McGee's at the OrangeInsoles.com sports desk. Don't forget to go to bobandtom.com/contest. Find out about that home dual Papa Shot game you could win for your living room. Not to mention the Yeti King Crab Orange Cooler. We were talking about nose hair.
Can't win if you don't enter.
That's right. Thank you. And this doctor says do not have your nose hair waxed out because it's bad for you, but you should trim it.
Sure. Of course you should.
I got on. I did a little bit of research during the break. I guess again, my technical question is: if you know someone who has excessive nose hair and it's really bothering you, what can you say?
Well,
I mean, do you talk to their partner and say, "Look, could you get?" You know what I'm saying? Do you have a nose hair electric one, Josh?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Rechargeable, yeah.
Oh, you got rechargeable? Doesn't take a battery?
Yeah. That's the way to go, man.
Wow, I may have to look into that. I have battery operated. Yeah. They last a while.
That's a dead end.
But it's great.
We used to be able to get the ones that were all metal, and now they've got a plastic blade in there. I'm sure, some jerk probably sliced open his nose. Now the rest of us have to suffer with inferior technology. What if you can go on eBay and find the classic metal one?
I don't know. Mine works pretty well. I'll suggest mine to you.
Okay. Pat, I understand you've been working on a song about nose hair?
Well, you know what nose hair is called, right?
No, what?
Cilia.
Oh, cilia?
Cilia.
That's like a science term.
Cilia, your hair in my nose. You're cleaning the air in there daily.
Is that right?
Oh, Cilia, just leave it alone. Don't wax it or it'll be harmful to your lungs. All right, hey.
To your lungs.
Hey.
I always
Wow, that
loved
was short and
song.
sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, I did too.
What a great song that was.
Celia?
No kidding.
Behind the scenes and stuff, isn't there?
Cecilia.
Doesn't it have something like 36 tracks? Like it's an insane amount of stuff laid over. Like all kinds of things going on.
Knowing Paul Simon, that probably.
It's my sister's middle name. You just never heard that very often, that name.
Cilia?
Cecilia.
Oh, okay.
Cecilia.
Yes, they named her daughter.
Yeah, they named her daughter.
This is my sister.
My sister's named after
Amoeba
nose hair.
Cilia.
That's silly.
We have Christy Lee at the Bob and Tom News Desk. Christy Lee, do you like being called a fiancé? Is that kind of fun?
Sounds weird, doesn't it? It doesn't sound weird for me. It sounds weird to call my guy a fiancé. Don't you think?
Sounds like he's French.
Yeah, doesn't it? Yeah.
You know, I'm glad you didn't marry a French guy. Let's just get ahead of that.
Why?
French guy, they're annoying to me.
And they're filthy. We all know it.
Berets.
They're short. They think they're smart. I'm tired of them.
Yeah, but they sound cool when they talk.
I sleep on your couch, I eat your cheese.
I brought the white flag so I can surrender to your love.
They do that. They surrender a lot.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they sure do.
Christy.
I'll be on bottom.
What?
I think it's kind of sexy when your man calls you a fiancé.
Okay.
Kind of make youthful.
Yeah.
So, like, you kids are going to elope.
Would you like it if he called you the old ball and chain?
Oh, that's a
No,
classic.
I always hated that.
Why? It just suggests that you're hindering him in almost every sense of the word.
I tell you what,
If it's that bad, then why do people get married?
Because you browbeat us into it.
Nag. What
Is that right?
I can't stand it when someone refers to quote unquote the wife.
Oh,
yeah, I don't
like it.
It's so funny.
It's
no,
awful.
it's so disrespectful.
Yes, it's like, yeah, I've got to go get the hammer.
Do you like better half?
No.
Yeah, that's nice too.
That's not
yeah.
bad.
Better half
She's
is kind
my
of
better half.
Yeah.
Kind of hacky.
Wifey poo. How about that? Nothing? Okay.
How about the old lady?
I love that. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, especially if they're younger. It's kind of ironic. You have a good time. Me and the old lady. We're going to come around.
There you go.
I wouldn't recommend that, Andy. Closed circuit, Tom to Andy. Don't do that. It's just been around
the
her
old lady's
been around her longer than you, Andy. I know
Well, it
what I'm
also
talking
doesn't really work for you guys. She might call you the old man, though, right?
Well,
Me and my old man.
There's coffee.
Sorry.
Coffee out of Tom's nose.
She'd be correct.
Just in his midday.
Sorry,
For those of you who don't know, Tom's girlfriend is 21.
quite a bit younger.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
beautiful. She's mine. Thank you very much.
Oh, what do you call her?
She's
Do you
my
call her your
property.
girlfriend? Your
It sounds like she's
old
16.
I would never
lady,
discuss this in public.
partner.
She's my
your-
sex prop.
I don't like. I don't like partner because it sounds like you're in business together. I know,
Well, you
Bob
kinda
was my
are.
partner when we started this show, or if you were a lawyer, that would be your partner. If you had a medical group, you'd have a partner physician.
That's true.
What I used to say to my past person.
Oh, this will be good. Everybody get comfortable.
She didn't like being called a partner, and she goes, "What, are we in business together?" I said, "Yes, the business of love."
Oh, wow.
And that worked out, didn't it, Nate?
Once again, you've got 20/20 vision.
Ace's book, The Business of Love, Chapter 7, Bankruptcy.
Chapter 11. Yeah, Chapter 11 would be bankruptcy. That's right, Pat.
13.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I haven't gone bankrupt yet. I don't know which of the things are applying.
Oh, you should do it. It's a thrill.
I think Chapter 7 is one, too. I think it would be different.
That's close. Yeah, something.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
There's
I'm
two.
sorry. I pay my
There's
bills.
3, I know.
We have. By the way, here's
Your
a story
credit
that
rating's back up to at least 400 by now.
No, I've jumped 200 points since then.
Good
job, buddy.
It's still bad.
here's a story that did I give you this story? This just has to affect next to no one.
I don't know. What,
Oh, well,
what is
share it, please. In keeping with the mentions of Burke's Law, yeah. Tell us all about
The
it.
daylight saving time story that I.
Oh,
put
in
that up.
Greenland?
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, Greenland, they're not going to ever go back off of daylight savings time.
Oh, okay.
Which I think maybe.
Is it an hour ahead of us Eastern time now?
It makes sense for them because they are...
A backwards country. And
No, they if they stay on daylight savings time, they're only 3 hours behind the European Union, and that's who they did the most business with. If they change times, it goes to 4 hours, so it gives them more time.
Isn't everybody on the other? I don't know. There aren't the other countries changing times. I don't get it. But isn't Greenland the famous sort of joke that Iceland is the greener one and
Yes.
Greenland is the?
Well, they switched for
the Arctic.
reasons. Yeah,
Yeah.
for battle reasons, didn't they?
Locals say it will benefit Greenland, a vast Arctic Danish semi-independent territory, by giving the country another hour in the day to do business with Europe.
But is it true that there are more walruses than clocks in Greenland?
Probably.
Really?
They are 4 hours ahead of us in Denmark, Schwan.
But 50 years behind us. You know what I mean?
1:26 in the afternoon. So they're 4 hours ahead Eastern Standard or Eastern Daylight.
I'm sure they all ride bikes or whatever. They don't have.
No, isn't it snowing there constantly?
Greenland they got those bikes that are.
It's inhabitable, is what it is.
People live there.
You seem really stuck on these bikes.
There was a guy from Greenland who bullied me in school.
Did he have a cool bike?
Okay, now,
real cool.
Chris, did you have this plumber story? I think is fascinating.
Firefighters in California went on a search for a missing plumber. Homeowners had called for help after their plumber had entered a 3-foot-high crawl space under their one-story home. They had not seen or heard from the plumber for 3 hours, and he was not responsive to their shouts.
Hey, plumber! Plumber!
Responding firefighters were able to spot a small portion of the still unresponsive worker's body at a distance.
Ew.
When firefighters cut 2 holes in the home's floor with chainsaws to gain access
Holy hell.
to the plumber, they discovered he was asleep. After waking the plumber up, fire officials...
I want you to go think about this. They took chainsaws and cut out the floor of the house.
Yep.
And he stayed asleep
He was
during the
napping.
chainsawing.
After waking up the plumber, fire officials said he was able to crawl out from underneath the home uninjured.
There's something going on here that we're not hearing about.
That's got to be a great rest.
That's got to be a hell of a nap, right? Jeez.
But I mean, because their assumption is that the guy's dead underneath in their crawl space.
Sure. Passed away.
Wow.
But he didn't.
But
No.
just creepy. What if he had died?
I like to nap where there are a lot of spiders. You do? Yeah.
If he had died, it would have been one less idiot in the world. Okay,
maybe, I don't know.
This could be a fine man. He worked so hard.
He fell asleep in somebody's crawl space.
That gives me the heebie-jeebies.
And stayed asleep while they were chainsawing the floor.
That's a good sleep.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Twilight Zone episode where there's
another dimension they go into.
There's a constant banging on the floor, and
you remember the one where the guy fell asleep and he woke up and everything was different? Ask me which episode that is.
Which episode was that?
All of them.
No, someone buys a house and then they eventually do some remodeling and there's a skeleton in there holding a wrench. Something cool like that.
Ooh.
This is just scary. You have this guy could have been dead down there.
Well, they only waited 3 hours. I mean,
well, how long are you going to wait? You don't hear anything. You're calling for the guy in your crawl space. Then you see a foot around the corner that isn't moving.
Yeah, it's safe to assume something went very, very wrong.
I hope the carpenter they hired to put in the new floor where they cut it out with a chainsaw.
Would you?
They charge the plumber for that.
Would you try and get the money from the plumber for fixing your floor? You would?
Yes.
Huh.
Or from insurance or something, yeah.
Who knows? It sounds like
no. Right? If I were the plumber guy, I didn't ask you to do that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't ask you to fall asleep on my job.
That's right, you didn't. And I was kind enough not to bother you with it. I just fell asleep.
We had to get a chainsaw and flush you out.
Yeah.
Get it? Flush? Okay, sorry.
We thought you were dead, you amazing plumbing weirdo.
See, that almost sounds like one of those Bob Newhart phone calls to the insurance company. But the poor guy, the whole thing is
Newhart. Bob Newhart. Boy.
We're getting contemporary then, Bob Newhart?
Bob Newhart.
The man is a blessing.
No, he's great, but I'm pretty sure he recorded what people consider the first contemporary stand-up album.
That's right.
So it's literally...
And when was that? 70 years ago?
Get to know him. You'll like it. Christy Lee is at the news desk. What else have you got?
Authorities in Pennsylvania discovered more than 150 reptiles in a home where a 23-year-old man was found not sleeping. This time, this one was dead. KDKA reports police called to the residents in Alquipa. Is it Alquipa?
It's Alquifa.
No, it's Aliquippa. I think Joe Namath's from there. Or Joe Montana or one of them. Is my mic on? Go ahead.
Joe Namath. I think you're right.
Aliquippa.
Thank you very much.
A dick.
No, Queef is near Beaver Falls.
He's still talking. You haven't.
Who, me? Oh, did you want me to be quiet?
Go ahead, Christy.
Police were called to the home in Aliquippa, where officials found more than 150 reptiles, including 60 venomous snakes and an alligator. Is it Jim Bologna?
No, it's Jim Belushi.
I would say Bologna, but
Maloney has a first name. It's Jim.
I couldn't.
That was fun.
It's spelled like it's spelled. You're right, Chick. That was.
Well, the actor is Joseph Bologna.
Yeah, it's spelled like
he's dead
Bologna.
too.
We pronounce baloney, but according to the newscaster I listened to, I wanted to find out they pronounced it Bologna. But what do they know?
a code enforcement officer said there was a cobra in there, a rattlesnake in there, black mambas in there. He explained the home's occupants had recently moved in to sell the animals.
What if when the police came in there, one of the guys goes, "Ah!" He goes, "I know, right? All these snakes." He goes, "No, there's a spider in the corner." Would that be kind of a cute little...
Yeah, that happened. Sure, the black mamba didn't scare him, chick.
That's the joke.
The Aliquifa police.
Like, oh my God, there's a spider.
This story gets more horrible.
How about this? The cops walk into the... Christy, bear with me.
He's still firing away.
The cops walk in and all these reptiles squirming about.
Sure.
And the one goes, "Ah!" And he goes, "I know, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, this wallpaper is hideous."
That's
the joke, Pat. Thank you.
I like that.
Yeah.
The reptiles were moved to an exotic pet
quippa.
store in Ambridge that works with the Beaver County Humane Society.
Is it legal to own the deadliest snakes on Earth?
Depends on the state.
Where'd you say it was? Ambridge.
Ambridge.
Sorry.
But they're not saying how the guy died.
That's weird.
Can I guess?
The folks living in the home could face a maximum fine of $1,000 for each reptile.
Doing a far different show over
So that's
here.
150 times 1,000.
Boy, that's like $5,000.
I'm not even reading that end. Officials also found a 3-year-old girl alive inside the home and removed her from the scene.
See, that's heartwarming.
See, no.
This kid's gonna eat her vegetables once I get out Bambi the black mamba snake.
Oh, gosh.
Eat the vegetables.
Christy goes, "I'm not reading this last part." I goes, "Read it."
So he could do Bambi the Black Mamba.
right.
No, I just
If anybody ever wanted to know what it's like behind the scenes, that was a little bit what it's like at a meeting.
The level of irresponsibility of these
Gosh,
people.
that poor little girl.
Were they loose or were they in aquarium?
Well, I don't know, but there's a dead guy in there.
Well, he could have died of anything.
The little girl might have killed him. You don't know.
Yeah, that's right. He could have died of anything.
He could have.
Could have.
Probably
Could
high
have had a
blood
heart
pressure.
attack.
23.
I don't know. I'm not Columbo, but I'm guessing when you've got 60 venomous snakes in there.
Let me ask you a question. You know, I see all your snakes here and all your reptiles. Do you have any kids? For God's sakes, you don't have kids.
A 3-year-old running around.
Oh, my God. What are you thinking of?
We dress her up like a mouse.
She gets exercise. My pets get exercise.
Oh, my gosh. You guys are terrible.
We'll follow through and see what the police come up as a cause of death.
Yeah. And a 33-year-old.
Many bites.
What?
And by the way, can you imagine you're a cop and you're trying to do your job and you get a call and go over to the Aliquippa Road and you get in there and there's all these incredibly dangerous snakes.
Yes. And then the one guy goes, ah! He goes, I know, right? And he goes, yeah, this wallpaper's so dated.
I thought he might have a new punchline. I was thinking there'd be the spiders than the wallpaper.
When one is that good.
What's happening?
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
What?
I'm just glad we're not in front of people.
Did you see what's the matter? That hideous tank top that guy's wearing.
Yeah, see? Tom knows.
What a
Same
redneck.
joke. Same joke. Stop it.
So sorry.
I got way too fake mad for that.
Christy, what else you got?
33-year-old Florida man will face criminal charges.
That's impossible. There are no 33-year-old Florida men.
Well,
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good work.
Thank you very
this
much.
is a horrible story as well. Witnesses claim he beat a shark with a hammer at a Brevard County beach.
Everybody in count of three. Was it a hammerhead shark?
Shark was
you train your shark the way you do. I train my shark the way I train.
You want to see the shark ride a bike or not?
I want to see a shark ride a bike so bad. That's all I want to see now.
Come here, Jawsy. Come here.
Shark was returned to the ocean.
For those of you not being able to see Josh's imitation of a shark riding a bike,
He's got a sports card in the spokes, and it's from the San Jose Sharks.
The shark was returned to the ocean after the beating, and the incident caught on video. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Committee has been investigating, and 2 misdemeanor charges have been filed against Mr. Brian Waddell of Melbourne.
What a jackass.
No joke.
Why?
It's Waddell.
Waddle.
Thank you very much. Now, what's coming up, Christy?
We have our history lesson. That's what's coming up. Yeah.
Oh, yes, and...
What?
What's coming up loud in those ears are those beautiful Raycon earbuds. They sound great, and they cost half as much. Tell me more, Chick.
That's right. Raycon premium, mucho nice audio at a perfect price point. You can build great habits without breaking the bank. Just go to Raycon. That's your first stop. If you're looking for a pair of everyday earbuds, low-latency gaming headphones, a speaker that has a battery that will last all night long at your next party out on the deck, Raycon's has you covered. And Raycon start at half the price of other premium audio brands. Even if you know you'll love your Raycons as much as we do, by the way, Raycon wants to make sure you feel great about your purchase, which every purchase has an easy and free return guarantee from Raycon. And I haven't even talked about 3 customizable sound profiles with your Raycon earbuds, earbud tap functions, noise isolation, awareness modes. Raycon has it all. If you're ready to buy something small with a big impact on your life, go to buyraycon.com/Tom today to get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off. Buy a pair for yourself and for someone you like. That's buyraycon.com/Tom for 15% off your Raycon purchase.
They're great. Take the word of Chick McGee, who discovered these years ago, and now we're talking about them on the radio. When we come back, a little bit of history. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel.
Now, are you an iPhone guy?
I wasn't, and then I fell victim to the iPhone conspiracy, which is I've decided. My wife was an iPhone user; she's a Mac. She's the Mac one. We're not compatible in almost every way. And
So your wife's a Mac person. You're a PC guy.
Yes, yeah.
Because you're an engineer. Isn't that typical? Most engineers are PC
Engineers like
people.
to get in and mess with things, and it's really hard to mess with things in a.
And all the engineers here in this building are PC people.
Yeah, because you can get into the.
Another reason I don't socialize with
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, they don't socialize, period, so don't
That's
take it
true.
personally.
I'm sorry. Yeah, there you go.
But for years, I've been trying to get her to PC, and she won't. So she's had the iPhone forever, and I decided now I'm finally an iPhone user. I had a BlackBerry forever, but I'm now an iPhone. The iPhone people, it's a religion based. They are the Jehovah's Witnesses of the 21st century.
Oh, it's a cult.
They come up to if you have a BlackBerry. This is what happens to you. Is that a BlackBerry you have there? Has anyone talked to you about the iPhone? Yeah. Have you accepted Stephen Jobs as your Lord and Savior?
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, Roy Wood Jr., I'm Mark Allison, and you should know our website, bobandtom.com, all the latest highlights, news, and information, links to our social media sites, and so much more. The Bob and Tom VIP section can be accessed there if you're a member from bobandtom.com. And, of course, as I said, much more. We also have an Instagram account. That's right. We are social savvy here at the Bob and Tom Show. Check it out. Pictures of us with friends and guests, highlights from the show. Just head on over to bobandtom.com. Quick links to all of Bob and Tom's social media sites. Get your letters into Allie Breen. She'll be on tomorrow, I hope. Yeah, that's right. She's coming up on Wednesday. AllieBreen.com and across all social media, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. Get your relationship letters to her, and who knows, we could be talking about your relationship coming up on tomorrow's Bob and Tom Show, along with Jessica Alsman, Scorched Earth from the Bits and Pieces podcast. That's all coming up, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. South Carolina 2 wins away from completing the 10th undefeated season in women's college basketball history. The Gamecocks headline a Final Four that features star power and the return of a school to the game's biggest stage in 30 years. South Carolina, led by Aaliyah Boston, will face Iowa and Caitlin Clark in one semi, and then LSU will play Virginia Tech in the other matchup on Friday night. From the NFL, Lamar Jackson tweeted he's requested a trade from the Ravens, saying the team, quote, has not been interested in meeting my value. The star quarterback said yesterday in a series of tweets that he requested a trade as of March 2nd. On March 7th, the Ravens put the non-exclusive franchise tag on Jackson and said they were still hopeful they could reach a long-term deal with him. NBA winners last night: Dallas, Milwaukee, New York, Phoenix, Denver, New Orleans, Minnesota, and the Clippers. And in the NHL, Ottawa, the Islanders, Minnesota, Colorado, and Edmonton all win in regulation. And Montreal wins in a shootout, beating Buffalo 4-2. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it.
Speaking of Kennedy.
That's a good shout out.
That is a good shout. Yes, thank you.
John Kennedy Jr. made
Why do you think they call us Skippy Little Suda Teddy anyway? Thank you. You want to go watch the films of Bobby's funeral at my place? Well, what do you know? It's 4 a.m. and we're drunk. Well, let's make whoopee. Wear my Oxford cloth.
I was on a plane with one of the Kennedys one time.
Really?
Well, lucky to be. Yeah, it was Ted Kennedy. He was on the plane. And he was in first class. I was in the back.
Sure.
With the degenerates. But what a great name to be born. Kennedy or Rockefeller or something like that. My luck if I was born in the money, my last name would be Massengale. My dad, the big douche baron.
The douche baron.
Everywhere you go, you got waiters making fun. You want oil and vinegar? Shut up and bring it. My dad, the big douche baron.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
John Joseph is our guest.
Try to figure out the words. Nobody. Dylan. Do you know the words to Dylan songs?
Not one of them.
Here's every song ever written by Bob Dylan.
All right.
Did I get them all? Did I miss any?
You got him.
Holy mackerel, Andy. Is that really his voice?
I think it is.
Come on. You think when Bob Dylan was in kindergarten class, he was saying stuff like, he took my glue?
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nut.
Coming up.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
Willie Griswold's here.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold. Hello, Tom.
Special edition of this show coming your way Thursday morning. We will be live at the Hard Rock Casino, Cincinnati.
Thursday.
21 and over, please. I've been informed. And special guests will include some of the following.
Okay.
How about that? Drew Hastings.
All right.
Haywood Banks.
Okay.
Do Tomato and the Power Trio. The Brass to Mouth Horns. Donnie Baker. And et cetera, et cetera. We'll have a special commemorative poster we'll be giving away while they last. It's always a pleasure. We're looking forward to it.
I may even autograph a poster for one lucky person.
One lucky person. Oh,
that's nice. Nice. Very good. Very good.
I think we're all going to.
Yeah, we're all supposed to sign many, right?
We'll look forward to that. Right now, it's time to review what happened in this day in history.
Time now for Today in History. March 28th. 2/8.
Cool things. 1958.
Yeah.
The song Summertime Blues, recorded by anyone?
Eddie Cochran.
Like the summertime.
Eddie Cochran is right, Mr. Godwin.
Well done. That's a good one.
There's so many great versions of that.
The Who, live at Leeds.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Like Blue Cheer.
Oh,
That was a great
I've said it before. I'll say it again. You need to listen to the Who's "Baby Don't You Do It," which is on an extended version of "Who's Next" on.
Great record.
It's available. Yeah.
I like Alan Jackson's version. That's a good one, too.
No kidding.
1964, Madame Tussauds in London announced that the Beatles will be the first pop stars to be cast in wax.
Wow.
Yeah, prior to that, it was kind of dull.
Yeah.
There's Hitler. There's Churchill.
Never got the Wax Museum.
Dude, if you go, though, Madame Tussauds is the place.
They are some pretty impressive.
Wax Museum fans in here?
Yes. Madam, I've been to two of them.
I've been to the one in L.A.
I've been to London and Vegas, and they're
right?
both just awesome.
Okay.
Kind of creepy.
Yeah, because they have like the actual death masks of some like people. Famous people in history.
People who have lived are now dead?
Yeah, man. But they're so accurate that you...
Yeah. You'd think they're there.
Now, on this date in 1974, Arthur Big Boy Crudup died of a stroke.
Who?
Sadly.
Billy Crudup's dad?
From Almost Famous?
Not Billy Crudup's dad.
It's
Who's
Crudup.
this guy?
Go ahead.
It's Crudup.
Oh, God.
It is.
Can't take
Crudup.
you. Not this
It's
weird.
Crudup. It's pronounced with a long U.
So who was this guy? Big Boy Crudup.
He was the famous. He wrote the song "That's All Right, Mama."
Oh, that's all right.
I thought Hoyt Axton's mom wrote that. Is that who this guy is you're selling us of
No, this is.
Don't look at me. I have no idea.
You know, we should start.
Why even mention this?
Yeah, why mention it?
Why even?
Because it's a great song.
Meanwhile, you know it's somebody's birthday. I don't know who this is. It's Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Very popular.
Okay. It started really.
Nobody knows that.
In 2000, no one knows who that is.
Okay, happy birthday to Salt.
Oh, from Salt and Pepper?
She's 57 of Salt and Pepper.
They still got it. Saw him recently on something. Loved it.
Okay, there you go. Happy birthday, Salt.
Name one song by Salt and Pepper.
Push It.
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
No, you asked for birthdays.
You have pissed on everything today. There, I said it.
Okay, I think this person is a member of the One Name Club.
All right.
Reba?
You think so?
McEntire?
Reba? I think Chrissy just proved you wrong with half a second by saying.
No, but if you say Reba, you know who you're talking about.
That was the name of her TV show.
Well,
that's because she's on it, Ace. Thanks for the input.
That's because her
they
name
wouldn't call it Hawaii 5-0 if Reba was on it, okay?
Oh, boy.
You got to do something.
Boy.
Thanks for the love, Ace. See you next millennium.
Happy birthday
love
to
you, Ace.
Jason Garrett. He was formerly the assistant coach to Jerry Jones.
Jason Garrett gets a shout out.
Jason Garrett?
How did this happen?
Happy birthday, the very fine actor Vince Vaughn.
Well, there we go. There's somebody we know.
Here we go. Happy birthday to Stephanie Germanotta.
The Stephanie Germanotta?
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
There you go.
Her birthday's today, yeah.
Well, no one calls her Stephanie.
That's pretty much all the exciting stuff that happened on this date.
Okay.
I'm sure we're missing a lot.
Bunch of sad stuff.
Okay, give us one thing that you decided not to do because you didn't deem it worthy or whatever goes on in your life.
In 1998, the Paul Simon musical, The Cape Man, folded after just 69 regular performances.
I love hearing about that. That's a new reminder.
Start with this.
Well, that's ridiculous.
That is, you know what? You were right to omit it.
I'm a big fan of Paul Simon. I did not see that
How
play.
did that make it onto the list?
I'm the Cape Man.
Why do they call you Cape Man, Cape Man?
Look at this cape I wear.
1996, Phil Collins announced he was leaving Genesis.
Well, see, that seems like a big deal.
Yeah, that was a big
but he's
deal.
back with them for their final tours.
They're done.
Yeah, they're done now. Phil's not in great shape. He's got some health issues. Now, they did open their first North American tour with him as lead singer in 76. There you go. After auditioning 400 vocalists, they realized, wait a minute, this guy's like Don Henley. He plays drums and he's the best singer I've ever heard.
Right?
I just saw footage of Phil Collins singing with Genesis. I can't dance. I can't dress myself. I can't wipe. I can't.
Wow.
You got to do something about this.
You do something about my situation, then I'll do something about your situation.
I can't remember my wife's name. I don't know why he sang those lyrics.
So is Ace driving Josh out of here, or is Josh driving Ace out of here?
Any combination of the
Okay,
two.
all right.
I think the crowd with flaming torches will carry me out.
We talked about stuffed goldfish today. I have a stuffed goldfish on the wall.
Yeah.
That was a sweet story. They met at a fair and they won a goldfish that lived a long time. When the goldfish died, they had it stuffed in honor of their wedding. That's cool. Stuffing a dog is wrong.
They had a hook in front of the goldfish, and
It was
on that
sweet.
hook as bait was their engagement ring.
See, that's sweet. Not stuffing a dog. That's wrong.
Some say worst Final Four ever coming up Saturday. No ones, no twos, just
There's no reason to be
threes.
negative
Don't
about
they?
it.
They're missing the point.
Number 4,
It's about
UConn.
the competition. It's great that these teams
I think
are
it's
there.
great too. Yeah, everybody likes the underdogs.
You think this is great? Christy's wearing real tiger fur today.
I am
Think That's
not.
great.
Sickening.
Huh.
Get the
It's
bags
faux fur.
Get the bags of blood ready when she walks out to the.
Okay, great. Oh my God.
Something that has caught the imagination of the United States is my fart of the day. That is really something. People that love it and they want to. They request.
You've been invited to the White House.
What's that?
Chick McGee, here he is with his fart of the day.
I can't get out of bed on my own.
Opening day, Thursday, we'll be there. Reds, Pirates, stupid first pitch at 4:10. Let's go back to 12:05, first pitch, opening day in Cincinnati. What the hell's wrong with you people? I will not be in Saginaw, Michigan at the Dow Event Center to see Pat Godwin, Josh Arnold, or Kostaki. If you see me there, it's a hostage
You will
situation.
aggressively not be there.
I am going to enjoy that weekend knowing I'm not going to be
It's
there.
Friday night. It'll be a great show. You gotta show up. Come on, be there. It'll be terrific. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.